Okay. I think this is pretty much everybody. Can everybody hear me okay? Moise, can you talk?
Yes, ma'am.
I can make sure I hear you.
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes.
All
Can't see
right.
you. Oh, there you go.
Oh, Lord.
What's up with you, fool?
What you doing, old man?
You know how it is, baby. Thinking about dyeing this beard red.
He's so stupid.
I'm trying to go Jadina on these motherfuckers. I'm telling you.
No.
I'm a dye red. What you drinking?
Tea?
Tea?
Tea, uh-huh.
Okay, I need me some tea.
I know. Everybody needs tea. It's good.
Once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
What you drinking, Mama Duchess?
Tea.
I see people drinking or smoking, rolling, all kind of shit over here.
I want them to be comfortable.
They good. They good. They comfortable.
So whatever they need to do to make them comfortable.
I tell you, man, I just saw my first live tarot and titty reading. It was the best thing ever. I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. But
Tarots and titties.
tarots and titties, baby. It's a new thing.
Oh, Lord.
She probably ain't saying nothing meaningful, but that's all right.
Lord, yeah. I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right, so just so I can kind of stay on task, I made some little pointers or little points about class. And I'm going to always let my godfather and my godbrother speak first, and I will always speak last because I just really appreciate everything they do, and I especially thank them for their time today, because I know they both are very busy people and they were willing to do this for me, and I just really appreciate it all. So,
well, we appreciate you too, you know.
what I thank you. I thank you indeed, Papa. So this master class on money magic. Money is something that comes pretty easy to me. And so when I was struggling on what to write a book on, the first thing my papa said was I should probably write it about money because that's a relationship that I really respect, the money and the relationship as far as how you make it grow and things of such. So my first question that I posed to them, and they can answer it in their own way, and there's no timing because I didn't want to rush this class, was what is money conjure to them? What is money conjure to you, Moise, and what is money conjuring to Candelo?
You go first, Poppy.
So when it comes to money conjure, the way that I look at money is in the same way that I look at prosperity. So what happens is that, like, a lot of times when we think about prosperity, our head first goes to the place of money. But prosperity encompasses a lot more than just money. And, you know, as as you know, when it comes to money and it comes to gaining that money, we got to have some of our own ducks in a row. And one of the things that I always say, and this is applicable to anything, is that you have to understand the principle of the crossroads. Always, always, always. You have the two mirrors of the crossroads where one reflects into the other reflects into the one. The meeting place of the spirit and the physical come together. And so when it comes to the conjuration of money, it's about doing what you're supposed to do in the physical sense so that that can be manifested in the spirit. And then what happens is that the spirit brings it back down to the physical, and it becomes a cycle. It becomes an opening. It becomes a place to where things begin to flow for you. So a lot of people, they have this idea when it comes to money that, they're just going to sit on the sofa and a bag of money going to fall right in their damn lap. And we all know that ain't how this shit works. We all know that, you know, when it comes down to it, you have to have a balance there on both sides of that coin to open that floodgate to bring those things around. Magical Lady Duchess, let me just pose this little one question to you with regard to that. So in your businesses and stuff like that, you have to work, right? And you have to work hard, right?
Absolutely.
So here we go. So what are you doing in essence? You're opening up that door. You're opening up that opportunity. You're clearing the path of that road for that money to be able to come in, because you are manifesting it in the physical, which goes to the spirit, and the spirit brings it back down. So it's a continual cycle of flowing of money that comes in for you, for your businesses, and what needs to be done. Does that make sense to y'all? So as an overview, that's how I view money conjure. Candelo, what you got to say about that, Jeff?
Well, what only thing I got to say about that particular thing is that people tend to manifest a little bit of money and all of a sudden stop fucking working the money magic. All right?
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. This is something that you guys have to work at constantly. Even if you have $1 in your bank, if you have $1 million in your bank. All right? A lot of y'all, and I've done this, okay? I've done my little work, got my little money, and just forgot about the fucking altar, forgot about everything. And guess what? It has to be a continual work, whether you have it or you don't, all right? See, the most of y'all, okay, what are you seeing this as a fucking hobby and not a lifestyle, okay? And if you're doing conjure, all right? If you're doing conjure and you're not manifesting what the fuck you want, go back to church.
You said they see it as a hobby.
Yeah, a lot of people see it as hobby. Right. All right, let me light this candle up. Let me light this candle up. Let me say whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Okay, this is just like you work everything else. You have to work your money. You got to work that money. Okay, I keep me a $2 bill inside my damn wallet. Okay, a $2 bill, which I cut the little end of it off and I put it facing up so that money can continuously flow into that wallet. You understand? And it's a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. Okay, I cannot for the life of me, okay, see an old raggedy ass ganja worker. Okay, old broke ass. Boy, you've seen it. You've seen it.
Oh, I know. Yep.
You've seen it
all the time. Still
okay?
do.
All right.
To this thing.
I got on right now. Okay, right now I got all dressed up, but guess what? I get dressed up every day. Okay, I dress up every day, whether I'm going to the corner store or I'm going wherever. I'm going to look like them damn $1 million that I want. What you got there, Hoyts? I see you, baby.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
I keep this on me. Okay. Look, see, this is what he's talking about. I'm going to tell you what happens. What happens is you find a lot of people that watch. Why is the ham on there? Is that oh. What happens is you find a lot of people that watch us, right? And they want to emulate and be better, right? Mm-hmm. So they take little things that Kirk has said, that Candelo has said, that I have said, and they have done it for less than 6 months. And then now, just a little bit pieces. Or they watched a few, YouTube videos, and now they are conjuring, and now they are tarot readers, and they on a palette.
Mm-hmm.
I call them the palette princesses and palette princes, because they on the flow. They doing money rituals for people. They're making spiritual products for people, and they live with somebody. It ain't even they shit and people living with them. They living with somebody. I literally had a young lady that was in my group and had just asked me to send her $100. And then next thing you know, on her personal page, she's doing money ritual for $11.11 for 11/11. And so I went on her post and I said to her, I was like, why are you doing it? You don't even know what you're doing. She was like, well, I'm learning. So you using people's lives as guinea pigs for you learning so that you could pay your bill. When I first got into this, I didn't want to do work for people. That was never my whole nothing to do work for people. I was doing work for myself. Now I would do readings and stuff for people, but I would tell them what to do. I was very nervous to do reading, to even read people too. I was never in a hurry to jump and do any of that because most people don't even know how to cleanse themselves from a situation like that. And so they literally absorb all of that energy. And so they don't really manifest like they should. You know, what is money conjuring? Mm-hmm. It's not just about money per se, like Simone said. It's about good health. It's about, baby. It's about good health. It's about abundance. It's about being in a healthy state of mind. Because that leads me into my next thing. What are blocks? Why is the reason why you're not conjuring anything? Why aren't you able to break through with your business idea and you not being creative? Why aren't you able to move forward? Why aren't you? Because you have to think about it like this. Over 90% of the Earth's matter is dark, right? So that's why something dark and bad or wrong will actually manifest quicker than something that's good or healthy, because we already live in a realm where it's over 90% of darkness. Does that make sense, everybody?
Absolutely.
So your words that you give things, you give it life. For example, what could really block you? You could be the type of person that every time something good happens, instead of you being thankful and saying, I'm grateful for this, I'm thankful for this, now you feed the universe that energy so where it'll reciprocate back to you. You say, well, I mean, I got it, but.
Oh, and doubt.
Yeah.
And doubt. A lot of people are doubtful. Let me see if this is going to work. Let me see if this is going to work. Let me try to do this. No, motherfucker, this is going to work.
But, and just to go on that point, what you just said, mm-hmm. Think about the foundation of where conjure comes from. Mm-hmm. There was no try. There was, this is either going to work or I'm going to die. Mm-hmm. Period. The end. And along those same lines, I think that what has happened is that we have become so comfortable that, you know, our faith, you know, in our ancestors, our faith in our spirits has kind of dwindled away and become, you know, nothing compared to what it was before. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm.
And any little thing happens, it just knocks you right off your block, and you feel like that you have to be constantly starting over. I tell people all the time, if you started something and it didn't work, that doesn't mean that you stop. Mm-hmm. You need to reevaluate the things that you've done and look and see what can be better. That's just like, and I'm speaking for me. I can't speak for my brother and my father, but when I do work for people, I never have a doubt. Maybe. If I put my energy, my time, my resources in it, I have no doubt that it's going to work. Now, the flip side to that is we can't guarantee a time period that's going to be beneficial for you, but you got to think about divine timing. Mm-hmm. Divine timing doesn't have anything to do with you necessarily as it does the will of what's good for you. Because if you're working with your ancestors and you're working with things of that nature, remember, their job is to elevate you. Their job is to protect the lineage, to protect the line, to protect the blood. And I don't think that people get that conception. You think if you done gave them a cup of coffee and a piece of cake and you ain't touched your altar for 3 weeks, that's how that work? You ain't made them a meal. You ain't sat down and talked to them, but you got your hand out. Y'all do the same thing with deities. Y'all know every fucking deity in the book that you can get money with, but you don't consistently do anything. Or you do it, like my brother said, you do it and then you stop. So then you wonder why the money stops, why it starts slowing down. Well, you know, you got to constantly feed these spirits. And I don't think people get that. And the best thing to feed your spirit when you're talking about money is you need to feed it money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all don't think about that either. You think you done burnt the road, open a candle, and that's all the fuck you need to do. What did Moise say? What did Candelo say? He said he carried a $2 bill. Do y'all even know where y'all can get a $2 bill at? Anybody?
I get mine from the bank.
Absolutely.
From the bank.
Absolutely. Do y'all know the value that $2 bill holds? Not just monetary wise, but there will come a time where you can sell it back and it's going to have a value associated with it. Did y'all know that? That's how much I study money. Because I need to understand the principle of it. I need to understand where does it flow? Where does it come from? Y'all have to do the same thing. So why is money conjuring so important to hoodoo and voodoo? Moise. I don't know what happened to Candelo.
Everybody got kicked out. I got kicked out.
Oh.
I just got brought back in.
I don't know.
Me neither.
There you go.
So what is
Sometimes that happens when you have over a certain amount of people on your Zoom.
not when I
okay.
think all this bandwidth and shit. So again, why is money conjuring? Why is that actually important to hoodoo? Why is that actually important? What is the essence of what this brings, our cult? What does it bring to us? Why is this important? Why do people even want to do it? Why do you
Freedom, right?
scary to do it?
Well, and somebody just said freedom. And you know what? That is a very, very good point, because one of the things that money does is it opens up an opportunity to do what needs to be done. The other thing is, what do we take and what do we use money for? We use money to continue the work to feed our spirits, to continue the work that is needed to increase the bond with our spirits. You know, they call this spiritual work for a reason. It is not spiritual easy. And guess what? When it comes to this work, let's just be like point blank about it. It costs money to do it. But your spirits are there to not only open up those doors and clear those roadways for you, but what they're also doing is they're clearing roadways for them so that service can be given. And so, like we were talking about before, the cycles continue to move and they continue to flow, and they're always open. Money is a big part of that, but then you're going to hear people talk about how money is the root of all evil and all that other stuff.
Brother, let me intercede, okay? Reverend Ike, one of the best preachers ever, said the root of evil is not money, it's the lack of money, okay? Let's be for real about it, all right? Because if everybody had money, there wouldn't be all this shit happening, okay?
That's very true.
So, that's the root of all evil. But go ahead, brother.
And I don't and I agree with that fully, but that's what I'm saying is that the mindset about money in a lot of folks is that, it's evil. And what do? They spend their life trying to, be like, a martyr or some shit, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that. And then you ask, well, why can't you do it? And what 90% of the time, what is the answer? Because I ain't got the money. I ain't got the money. Well, guess what? You open up that door with your spirits and you serve your spirits and you pay your spirits just like somebody's going to pay you to do a job. Then guess what happens? Money continues to flow, and that flow continues a service that's given.
And people have to put away this mindset, that you don't charge for your work or you don't charge for your energy. Okay, that's a bullshit. That's a bullshit theory.
Bullshit.
Okay, that's and take away doubt from things, man, because most of us get blessings and automatically say, well, something's bound to go wrong. Okay, something's bound to go wrong. So I can't celebrate this blessing. I can't do this. I got to humble myself. Fuck that. All right, man, take hold of these blessings, man. Live with these blessings.
And speak them.
All right? And speak them. Exactly. Exactly. Because, man, if you go through life thinking that stuff is not going to work, or that things are going too good for you at one time, something bad is going to happen, well, guess what? You're speaking that into existence. Man, there has never been a time, even when my ex-wife died, but somebody asked me how I was doing, and I didn't say I was doing absolutely great.
Yep.
My husband used to say, he used to say, if it ain't one thing, it's always another.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all say that?
Mm-hmm.
And they used to go in your house. And they used to like piss me off because I would say, well, Damon, when you say, if it ain't one thing, it's another, you've just actually welcomed in something else to happen. And I was like, you can't say that because it negates everything that you've ever put into something that's positive. And you have to be careful with that. I don't look at stuff like that. If I create a goal, and this is what you guys should do, if you create a goal and you are successful, because 9 times out of 10 you will be if you put the right type of energy in it. Well, now it's time to create another goal. But we stop. And then we don't ask for that godly excellence to come into our life to tell us how to sustain. It's like I told my niece the other day, becoming a millionaire wasn't hard for me. That was the easy part. The harder part, because I'm not gonna say it's the hardest thing, but the harder part is to maintain it. Because you can have $1 million and spend $1 and you are no longer a millionaire. You are multi-thousandaire, but you are no longer a millionaire. And that's the type of mindset that we have. I don't look at stuff like that. My relationship with money literally is, because I speak to it, money loves me. It loves to be in my hands. It loves to be around me. It's attracted to me. It absorbs in me. I absorb in it. Then you look at people around you. If people around you aren't successful, why the fuck you think you're gonna be? Because you're feeding into their negativity. Have y'all ever shared an idea with Big Mama or somebody in y'all family that y'all thought that was really gonna be proud of you? And as soon as it came out of your mouth and you shared it with her, the first thing she started doing is telling you what's not gonna work with it and why it's gonna fall through? Because she tried it 27 years ago and it didn't work for her, so it couldn't possibly work for you. But this is how we do stuff. And then you was excited to share your idea. Now you ain't so excited no more because she done shot your shit down. And you looking at her, she been with Jared for 28 years and he ain't even married her. So we looking at what are we settling for? I don't settle for anything. And I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't think I'm more magical than anybody. I don't think I'm the baddest witch or all that stupid shit they say. But I just believe in my conjure. That's what I believe in. And nobody can tell me about my conjure because nobody knows the time, the effort, the finances, everything that I put into it. It's my life. Every time I do money work, I swear to God, I put it on everything that I love. It's either I'm going to live or die in this. I'm going to give it everything I have. I'm going to live or die in this. Every time I light a candle, every time I do some work, whatever it is, am I going to live or die? I'm going to live. So I'm going to put everything in it because I'm living in this. Do y'all do that? Or you do it just a little bit, and if it half-ass work, cool. If it don't work, you really didn't think that it was going to really work anyway. That's how y'all do shit. Y'all buy our products, y'all get our readings, and you only take from it what's comfortable for you. Some of y'all don't want to be uncomfortable. That's another reason why your shit don't work. You don't want to be uncomfortable. Where there's growth, there's being uncomfortable. When I came to a higher pinnacle or whatever it was that I was doing, and people start talking about me, making videos about me, saying everything, that was a pivotal moment for me. I could have took that and said, fuck this shit, I'm done. Or I could have done like I did. I learned how to transmute all that negative energy, all those negative thoughts, all those bad everything, and I made it into something substantial for me. And I didn't care anymore. Some of y'all care too much. We talking about blocks. because it didn't work for the person that you told because you love them and you trust them. Now everything that you put into it is null and void because they said it wasn't going to work for you.
And there's one more thing I want to tell you guys. There is no set thing in your spiritual work, okay? Your spiritual work, you take it and you mold it for yourself, okay? A lot of old workers would not give people their work because once they gave that work away, guess what? It stopped working for them, okay? So a lot of people, what they tend to do is, well, you came and got a reading from Duchess, or you came and got a reading from Zen, right? And he gives you some working, all right? And this working worked for you fine. And then you go and tell your cousin, your mama, your little brother, your friend, and guess what? That little piece of knowledge that they gave you disperses, okay? Because a lot of times when some of this work is given to you, it is catered for you. It is catered for the spirit that walks with you. Mm-hmm. All right. So if I were to give you a working, right? And all of a sudden in the dead of night and sleep or whatever it may be, you get an urging to add something to it. By all means, do it. Okay. None of this is written in concrete or in stone, as they say. You have to learn how to manipulate the things for yourself and for your ancestral cord.
And that's a very, very good point that Candelo just brought up, y'all. When it comes to spiritual work, and really it doesn't matter what it is, the relationship that you hold with your own spirits is going to mold that work into what is going to be for you. For example, one of my loa, like my daddy, Bosu, the bull, he may come to me, and he has, and says, I want this. I want you to give me this, which is not something normally that he would take. But in regards to that relationship, it's something that he wants from me. So what do? I give it to him. What does he do? He gives me the blessings that are held behind that. And so it's always very, very important when you're doing any kind of work that you're always listening, that you have, because your spirits will want something from you that they're not going to want from anybody else but you. And so, you know, to bring Candelo's point home, you know, when he was talking about, you know, well, they're going to go tell, you know, their friends and, you know, their cousin and their brother and this and that. That's something that worked for them. Oh. Not going to be something that works for everybody else necessarily. And that's why we have to keep in mind that the importance of the relationship that we hold with our spirits, because that is the one thing that not only feeds our work and our growth, but it also opens up those doors of strength, of power, of stability, and money, and whatever is needed.
Cover your house.
You see, everybody understand?
And that's another reason too, what I say, how people will take your ideas and they take your thoughts and they share them as if they're theirs, and then it doesn't work. I told a young lady that if she wanted to make her man stick to her, that she needed to take a little bit of honey or agave nectar, and she needs to put it in her hoo-ha, right around the lips. I didn't say stick it in your pussy. I said right around the lips. So the concept of that is every time he has sex, he's going to stick to her. Every time. I said, when you give him a blowjob, put a little honey under your tongue. So when you're giving him a blowjob, you are mixing those secretions and then honey. And that, right? Y'all get it right. Y'all get the premise of it right. She took it, started a group. What you think that's the first thing she posted?
Boy, that's why I had to check my woman up and down before she come inside the bedroom with me, boy, because y'all got some tricks.
Do. I got some more. But that's the part what Candelo said. This is what they do. They will take a little bit that I just told her to do. And they'll say, well, I told my homegirl that it didn't work. Well, your homegirl probably don't wash her ass either. So when he was sticking to it, he was sticking to dirty pussy and honey. And that's why he was treating her ass dirty, because her ass was dirty. You understand what I'm saying? Everything is constant to you. That's why when y'all get y'all readings and stuff, take note for you. What you should be doing is, if somebody coming to y'all should be sending them, not just to me, not just to Candelo, not just to Kirk, but sending them to whomever, right? That you feel comfortable with, because it's all about your connection. Now, Candelo, what are some herbs and stuff that you use in money magic or money conjuring that have worked for you?
Flax seeds, cinnafoil, which is 5-finger grass. There's this plant called Siempre Viva, okay? In Spanish, it's called Life Everlasting, okay? I don't know what they call it in English, okay?
That's what you get it, Life Everlasting.
Okay, but it's a plant that has these big leaves on it, okay? This plant is an air plant, okay? So you can actually, old people, you should take this plant and put it inside their Bibles by Psalms 23 and put some money next to it. This plant will not die as long as it has air. Okay, so that's like one of my best plants to be able to make money. Okay, and something that a lot of people don't know that's very good for is perejil. Perejil in English is damn, everybody's using it to cook now. I'll find it in English. But perejil is very good for manifesting money. Another thing that's very good for manifesting money is pumpkin seeds. Okay? And a lot of people be like, oh, y'all be sleeping on them pumpkin seeds. All right? Us santeros can't touch pumpkins and stuff like that there, but we can use the pumpkin seeds to manifest money with a little bit of honey. And I'll give y'all that work later on. But yeah, that Life Everlasting, remember guys, inside the Bible with a couple of dollars on it, please don't use that Chinese fake money, please. All right? Yo, my ancestors, I tried that shit and they knocked that shit off the fucking altar. I mean, why the fuck is you giving me goddamn toy money? My grandmother liked real money. You understand?
It's different.
Yeah, our shit is a little different. Unless you got some Asian on you, please take that hell money off your shit.
Let me tell you a funny story with that, Candelo.
Yeah, baby, because man, I get mad when somebody talk to me.
I did a video on YouTube talking about hell money, hell notes, and y'all probably, some of y'all probably seen it. So I get a call from this Chinese guy in China, and he says, I was Googling and your video popped up. And they consider us the Western world or them the Western world. I'm not sure. But he says to me, how did you know about that? Now, I thought he was trying to be funny and say, how did a black person know? And I was like, motherfucker. Like, that was my response to him. He said, because I didn't know that Americans knew about hell notes and Joss paper and stuff like that. And he says, well, how do you use it, right? Because a lot of people don't understand the premise of it. They think just burning or using that fake money, that it's supposed to mean something like substantial and it's supposed to give you wealth. And it does do all of that. But you have to have a connection to it too. Like Candelo said, if your big mama like real money, because she like to go play bingo, you probably get more out of her just giving her some motherfucking bingo tabs, the more, what you call the ink, the little thing, that type of shit, instead of giving her some Joss paper or some hell notes. Well, anyway, he says, can I interview you? He said, I'll be in Houston. I'm going to drive to Dallas. I'm going to interview you. Because I just can't believe that y'all know about this over here. So he comes and he interviews me. I'm inside of this Chinese magazine. Don't know the fucking name of it. I don't even know if what he wrote about me was what the fuck I said or he just made some shit up. It could have said nigga talks about hell notes. I wouldn't even know it because I can't read it. But I'm in a fucking magazine, my whole little fucking picture, talking about hell no. In fucking China. So I say it because that was funny as fuck. He didn't know that we knew about that. Because the premise of it is, if y'all know this or not, you're paying a debt. But some of y'all
for your ancestors.
Right, but some of y'all don't have that. Some of y'all ancestors didn't have a debt. Not like that. So
Exactly.
everybody's not, it's not going to be useful. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Just to give you some tidbits about the hell money, you do better burning a Joss paper, JOSS paper, and it's gold. It's gold. It's like gold on one side and it's like dull on the other side. You do better doing that than the ancestry money, because some of y'all ancestors didn't owe anything. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about like the light bill. She died and she didn't pay her bills for that month. I'm not talking about that, but I'm saying like spiritually, they didn't have a debt. So that's what I wanted to share since we were talking about that. I don't necessarily use ancestry money. I like Joss paper because I like anything that's gold. I like that anything that represents money, it represents excellence and class. Because I use Joss paper and I write a petition on it. Or I write what my goals are for the week. Or I write what my goals are for the month. Or I write something that I'm trying to obtain. I write it on the Joss paper. And I will burn that, and I will literally keep the ashes of all that Joss paper, because it's just going to be a little bit. And then I use that and I mix it with some of my oils, and I also mix it with some herbs. So, Moise, what are some herbs that you use when it comes to prosperity work and stuff?
Oh, I'm sorry. Perejil is parsley.
Parsley.
Parsley, yeah.
One of my favorite things to have when it comes to drawing in money is some people call it a rose of Jericho, and some people call it a resurrection fern. When you get it, it looks like a little tumbleweed. This little dead ass looking little tumbleweed that's just there. And it's all dried out, and it just looks like a big bunch of nothing. And what you do is you take and you get a big bowl. And you're going to take that bowl, and what you're going to do with that is you're going to fill it about 3/4 of the way or so with water. And then you take a quarter, a dime, a nickel, and a penny, and you throw it into the bowl. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that rose of Jericho and you're just going to set it in there. When you set it in there, what's going to happen is it's going to start to open up.
Go get in your house.
When the rose of Jericho begins to open up, basically what's happening is it's resurrecting. That's why they also call it a resurrection fern, because you could take it out of that water and it's going to turn back into that little dry ass tumbleweed. But you put it in there and it'll start to open up. It'll turn green. They'll get these little white flowers on it a lot of the time. And what I do with that is you take that and you keep it next to the door.
Well, you just took one of my spells I was going to give out today. Now just fucking around.
And here's another thing that you do with that. So with the rose of Jericho, you're going to take that and you change out the water once a week. Okay? What I do with that is I take the water from the rose of Jericho and I put it into my mop water, and I add that into the mop water, and I mop the floors with it. Because I want my house to be a money magnet. I want me to be a money magnet. I want me to have prosperity. So again, we were talking about before, this is about the work and the continuation of that work, and you never stop doing the work. You continue.
You can also put that water in a spray bottle
You sure can. Absolutely. If you got carpets, you could spray it onto the carpet.
I used to spray it on my curtains, the car that I'm driving. It's water on paper, it'll dry. I would spray bills and stuff with it. I would even spray my brow when I used to be in the sex industry work. I would spray my brow because they were going to touch my brow. They were going to be by my brow. So for the sex workers, that's something else, because I know we have a few in here. You can also wash with it too. I'm sorry, Moise. Look, we all.
Oh, no, but and you're absolutely right. Because what happens is that water infuses with the Rose of Jericho. And so what does it do? It draws money to it. It keeps drawing money to it. So you have the Rose of Jericho by your door. Why? Because you want money flowing into your house. And by flowing into your house, it's flowing into what? You. You know,
y'all are working. I'm gonna give y'all a really good wash with the Rose of Jericho at the end that y'all can add some other stuff with. Because, you know, I'm all about mist and sprays. I'm all about them. And
you definitely are.
This is something personally that you can make too. Rose of Jericho is very powerful. Very, very powerful. And the devil's shoestrings is too.
Absolutely. And for me with devil's shoestring, what I do with the devil's shoestring is I find a long piece. And I take that long piece and I break it in half and I make a cross or a crossroads out of it. And I bind it in either green or gold. And then what you do, you can either carry it with you or you can hang it in your house, either one. But
if you're doubtful about money, get you some mustard seeds, some white ones.
Oh, yes.
You can bury them and throw them around your front door, your back door. You can also put them in a little mojo bag too. It's plenty of stuff you can do. And the concept of the mustard seed is having faith of a mustard seed that comes from the Bible. Also, Job's tears. What are Job's tears? Anybody want to know? What are they really? They cook them every first of the year.
Black eyed peas.
Black eyed peas. Those are Job's tears. See, I just learned something. Why do you think the premise of them using them to cook the first of the year for good luck?
Yep. Black eyed peas, greens.
They doing witchcraft right there, and they don't even know it. Y'all eat it every first of the year.
Yep.
Big Mama been doing spells and shit all this motherfucking time, and y'all been eating it, not even knowing what the fuck to do with it. Yes, ma'am. Somebody raised their hand.
Machiella?
Yeah. Go ahead, darling.
Where you at?
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to unmute it. I had a question about the Rose of Jericho, the water. So do you put the whole bowl by the front door, or do you just put the leaves? The whole thing?
The whole thing. Because what's going to happen is that when it's in the bowl, the Rose of Jericho, like I said, it looks like a little tumbleweed. And it's going to open
up. It looks like a little brown piece of dried tumbleweed. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to open up while it's in that water. And you want that water to be there by the door to keep it open, because what are you doing? You're opening your hand. You're opening your hand so you can receive those blessings, so you can receive that prosperity, so you can receive that money flowing into your house. You're keeping the hand open. And somebody had asked something about if they could put the water from Rose of Jericho, if they could use it in their hair. Absolutely, you can. Sure. You can take a bit of that water and you can mix it with, like, you can mix it with lotion, whatever you want to do. There's 1,000 different things that you can do with it. But rest assured, whenever you start doing that work, what's going to happen is those things are going to change. Those blessings are going to start to flow.
I use it on my private parts so it can resurrect.
You are so stupid. You are so stupid. Oh my God.
Hey, anyway, guys, let's
it was gonna be. I knew he was gonna do that.
Listen here. Anyway, Another thing, guys, is that y'all forget the importance of rice inside your work, okay? Remember that people throw rice at weddings, people do this, and it's for prosperity, okay? I use rice in several workings that I do, especially to manifest money and to keep that stuff coming inside the home, okay? One of the ways that I use rice is I will get a big bowl, okay? And I will put some rice inside of it, and I'll put some water inside of it. I like to do this during the full moon, okay? So everybody's giving y'all these full moon rituals. Well, I'm gonna give you the best fucking full moon ritual you ever had, okay? You just simply take the rice and put it inside some water, okay? Then put it out by the moonlight, okay? You put it outside by the moonlight. Make sure that no sun hits it. So it has to be in the evening, in the nighttime, okay? Then you take this rice and you pick it up early in the morning before the sun comes up, okay? Then that water, as Duchess said earlier, you're gonna take that water and you're gonna mop out your whole house, but you're gonna mop it from the front door in, all the way to the back of the house. If you have carpet, if you have something of that sort, then you can use, as Duchess said, put it inside a little thing with a spray bottle and spray it inside your home, all right? The last thing you're gonna do is, okay, because you know that the rice has already gotten soft from sitting out there all night, okay? So it's no longer hard, all right? So you take this rice, right? And you put it out somewhere where birds can get to it, okay? Where there's a lot of birds, you know, either if it's a park or in front of your front yard or whatever. So what are you doing with this, okay? You are sending messages to the gods via the birds with the rice, okay? A good prayer to say that. I say, man, listen, a lot of people say, oh, you know, you need a plethora of fucking prayers to make shit work. I use one prayer. I use two prayers out of the Bible. Well, three, okay? I use Psalms. I use Psalms 23, okay? Psalms 21, 23. I use Isaiah 55, verse 10, all right? So shall the word that goeth out my mouth, it should not return to me void, but shall accomplish all which I please. A fucking men, all right? And Psalms 91, which I use for cursing. But anyway, you know, there's nothing better than putting somebody's.
You know my favorite one to use, Candelo?
Which one?
It's 2 Corinthians 9 and 8.
There you go, baby.
And it says, and God will generously provide all you need.
Mm-hmm.
You will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others.
And I do understand that, you know, most of us woke folk like to say, oh, I don't open the Bible and I don't do this and I don't do that. Child, get you a Bible because your grandmother believed in it, her grandmother believed in it, and so on and so forth.
And any of the old workers know that the Bible ain't nothing but an old spell book anyway.
Exactly.
It's so much work in them.
You know,
my best curses come from using the Bible.
Yes, indeed.
Child, I tell you, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, man.
Yeah.
Man, some of the best work I've done is.
It might have kicked them out again. Well, I'll keep talking until he come back on, huh?
Well, I'll give you like one of my favorites from the Bible, specifically when it comes to money, is Proverbs 10. And what does it say? The blessing of the Lord brings wealth. So in other words, if you have yourself set up for blessings, and by set up I mean that you're not remaining your own worst enemy and stopping, you know, what needs to be happening, then you are setting yourself up for those blessings that does what? Bring wealth. It brings wealth to you. It brings prosperity. It brings road opening. It clears the pathway. It stops the blocks from remaining. It takes those things out of the way. And so, you know, when you get right down to it, y'all should, like, you know, have a little look-see, like, you know, as what's in there, what's in that Bible, because there's so many things that you can use for every kind of work you could possibly imagine.
Right. And that's another reason why too, our grandparents that cooked rice with everything all the time was because of the prosperity of it. You know, beans and rice, gravy and rice, everything.
Yes, Lord.
They always had some rice to go along with the meal. I mean, that's wealth within itself. Y'all can soak and make some rice water and wash your hair with it. My mama used to do that to make your shit grow.
See that?
Candelo, you had went off.
I know. I was talking and talking and talking. I'm saying, wait, ain't nobody talking with me. So y'all see that? Okay. That's for prosperity. All right.
Most of us have all kind of stuff. They said, what's in your bowl? He probably ain't gonna tell you everything.
6 of diamonds. Roads to prosperity. What's in the bowl? Okay. I'm not gonna tell you everything.
That's right.
I'm not gonna tell you everything, okay?
You should not.
All right. There is salt. There is sugar. There is mixed beans. And on top of it, there is rice. And all the way around it, there's siempre viva, the plant I told you.
Life everlasting, yeah.
Who can say what plant this is?
I can't even see it.
Is that a bay leaf?
That's a bay leaf.
It is a bay leaf.
Bay leaf.
A bay leaf is for victory. Okay? And then, of course, this right here. Can anybody say what that is?
Is that a piece of master root?
You got it, baby. Master root. Why master root? You should use master root in all your fucking work. All right? Because it is for mastering whatever you're doing.
Conquering, absolutely. And
All
you're
right.
a conqueror too.
Well, see, I got a problem with High John, okay? For men or for people that have that dual type of energy in them, you know what I'm saying? I really believe that women should carry Queen Elizabeth root, okay? Queen Elizabeth root does everything that the High John does for a man, it does for the woman.
My mama used to take Spanish moss.
Mm-hmm.
And she would take the devil's shoestring, and she would take the High John the Conqueror, and she would bind it all with pieces of her hair, and she would bind them all together, and she would make a little it's not a mojo bag. What the
A gris?
Yeah. That's what she would make. And she would draw some type of VV on the bag, and she would carry it with her Queen Elizabeth root. That's what he was saying.
Yeah. Did you like the way I just I just said that like white man?
Go to hell,
Gris. Oh Lord.
Another good tidbit too. Y'all remember y'all big mama used to have them old wool ass welcome mats. Do y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The old working. I'm gonna share with y'all.
Yep.
What you do is
y'all give me a minute. My dog is going crazy upstairs. Let me see what the fuck's going on.
We're telling Doki to sit his ass down.
You cut pieces of the old, like those doormats, those old woolly like ass doormats. You cut pieces of it. From 1 to 2 inches, right? And then you take a pen and you can write your name on it. And my mother would braid it into 3. Excuse me. So and as she braided, she'll make the braid bigger, so it increased in size. And then she would place it under the mat as a magnet, under the woolen mat, to draw prosperity into your home. And she always did that. So those welcome mats, those old big old, the ones that you step your foot on, and that should be hard as fuck. That's what they used to hire work up under those.
Oh yeah.
Even if they wanted to get somebody that, somebody they don't like, and they want their ass to go away, they get some cayenne pepper and shit like that, sweep around the porch and shit with a little bit of nutmeg and sweep around that shit to make them like go away. I'm big on that. Everybody don't know I don't like everybody just come to my house. Especially so anyway, back to the black eyed pea. I want y'all to go get some black eyed peas, or you can buy Job's tears because I sell Job's tears. They look a little different from the black eyed pea, but the black eyed pea have the same type of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has. But I'm extra, so I want the one that look like the Job's tears. It really, and it looks like a black eyed pea, but it's a little bit smaller. You guys can also put them in a mojo bag. You can tie them to the arms of a voodoo doll. Like if y'all want to take a doll for like a voodoo doll and make it for yourself, because voodoo dolls are just not to like hex somebody or work somebody. Also, it could be for yourself too. Yeah, say we been making them posts talking about anybody got my voodoo doll, can you take some of the stuffing out the stomach and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. It's the same premise, but you can tie some black eyed pea or Job's tears around the arms of it, and that helps to bring in prosperity and stuff too.
I also want to share a little something. How many of y'all remember when y'all were young, people having either potatoes or, well, in my case, there were avocado pits.
With the toothpicks?
With the toothpicks in them?
Yes.
Y'all remember that? Okay. And you see the roots growing out the bottom of it? Y'all remember that? Okay. You know that was a type of work, right?
Yep.
I see several of y'all's mouth just open, wide ass open. That was work. All right? Okay. Let me tell you something. There's two types of workings you can do with this. All right? One is to bind a person. Okay? To tie someone to you or make someone's love grow towards you. All right? The other way you can use this is to bring prosperity and money into your life. All right? So what you do is, you ain't know that your grandma was working grandpa, huh? Keep his ass steady. Okay? So this is what this work is done for. All right? Because think about it. I lived in New York City. Ain't no fucking avocados growing in New York City. You know what I'm saying? So this is a way that my grandmama and my mom and them used to bring money. They used to put money up under it. All right? You don't put it inside because it's going to oxidize. It's going to fuck up the damn thing. So you put it up under it, right? And you say, as the roots of this potato or whatever it is you're putting in there is growing, because it has to be a big pit. Remember, you're putting it on top of a cup with toothpicks, all right? My prosperity will grow. My money will grow. This love for this person, this person's love for me will grow. All right? It is tedious, and it does take time. But let me tell you something. The rewards are worth the time, okay, spent on this, talking to it, playing with it, petting it if you're thinking about bringing someone's love to you, okay? So just as Zen Moise has said several times, this is spiritual work, not spiritual play, all right? And everything you put your energy to it, and you put your energy to, and you do constantly every day will flourish for you. Okay?
We're going to take a little break so Candelo can go get him some tea.
No, I don't have any, man. All I got is damn water.
Oh, okay.
Lord, I'm going to have to FedEx you some tea, Candelo. I'm going to FedEx you some right now. Don't worry. Hold on.
We're going to take a quick break, probably 5 minutes, so people can go. He's a
all right. I'll play some more music.
And Candelo will play some more music. All right.
I'll probably dance for y'all.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, not again.
Hey, mommy. Well, everybody seemed to have liked this song, so let me play this one again. Oh, shit, wrong one. Oh,
Lord.
You know how it is, baby. Now I gotta find the goddamn thing.
Because it's totally customizable, and that's something I couldn't find in any other man. I can choose what information I want to track.
Why is these motherfuckers?
Deadlines, which means more time for actual. I tried managing everything we were doing in spreadsheets. It wasn't. Now we have a tool.
Damn, everybody done left. Y'all can smoke y'all weed right here. Y'all can smoke y'all weed right here. Y'all don't got to get off camera and all that.
Do we put water under the avocado or the potato? Right?
Yes, mama. Yes, yes. You
thought
put it there
let me just
barely. You got to put it there barely touching it.
She walking so fast, she walking so fast, she walking so fast. Oh, lady, she don't know how she goes. She walking so fast, she walking so fast, she walking like a baby. Her image lasts, and I know she floats so long as she goes. She owns the eyes as she flies right through the sound, moving her body all around town. Hey, man, hey, man. I know what you want, I know what you want, I know what you want. Sooner or later, the dudes will take us, so hold their lips in on this shit. Coming to terms on a shivery tip. But I hear she don't know the gravity she holds as she pulls on the eyeballs of all the kids standing tall. And mommy, you know you are. And mommy, she walked too fast, she walked too fast, she walked too fast. Oh, lady, she don't know how she goes. She walked too fast, she walked too fast, she walked like a baby. Look at that ass, and I know she floats so long she goes. She owns the eyes, and she flies right through the sound, moving her body all around town. Hey, man, hey, man, I know you are, I know you are, I know you are. Sooner or later, the beautiful takers will hold their lips in on the shit. Coming to terms on a shivery tip. But I hear she don't know the gravity she holds, so she pulls on the eyeballs of all the kids standing tall. Hey, you know you are. Hey, you know you
I said certified free, 7 days a week. Wet and gushy, make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, yo!
Yeah, you feeling what's you bucket and I'm up. Put the gushy.
So stupid.
Got put the and gushy. Beat it up, baby, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this cookie right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a giggle, I'm kinda wild. Look at my mouth, look at my thighs. Sweater is wet, come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised. That's role play, I wear disguise. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Bring me dream, make it stream. I don't public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me. Quill, jump out for you, let it get inside of me. And tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm about to be. I'll bring down on the bar, have a night. Running me, talk your style, fight your dip. Ask for a call while you ride that. While you really ain't never got a point for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots, hang your coat, but this wet and cushy. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet and cushy. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet and cushy. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet and cushy.
I don't care if somebody recorded this. I'm sorry, the messages, they're too much. Somebody just told me that they're recording my twerk session.
Look, I need a hard hit, I need a deep, I need a Henny drink, I need a smoke, not a garden snake, I need a king cobra with a hook in it, hope it lead over. He got some money, then that's where I'm headed. Cookie ain't one, just like his credit. He got a beard when I'm trying to wet it. I let him, he diabetic. I don't wanna, I want you to touch that.
Candelo, can I ask you a question?
The sun is going and drying, it's coming outside, y'all running that dinner, the cars behind me, the way that I spit, now he trying to sign me. Y'all, I'm a freak, handcuffs, leashes, switch my wig, make him feel like he cheating, put him on his knees, give him something to believe in, never lost a fight, but I'm looking for a beat. In the food chain, I'm the one that eat you, if he ain't my eye, he's a bottom feeder. Big D,
bottom feeders unite!
Make you bust before I ever meet you. If it don't hang, then he can't bang, you can't hurt my feelings, but I like hang. If you ever me, ask who's is it when I ride with you, I'ma spell my name. Yeah, you tellin' with some wet and cushy. Bucket in a mouth for this wet and cushy. Give me everything you got for this wet.
Whenever you're ready, mama.
I like that song.
I don't understand why people mad, because they know grandmama had that wet and gushy. That's what kept granddaddy there.
Well, some people's vagina aren't as wet, and so they are mad at the ones whose vagina that still is.
Well, that's why we have lubricant.
Just like that.
By God and Van Boom.
That's why we got lubricant.
Yeah, I make lubricant too. I need to advertise my oil. Don't be.
Somebody sent me some stuff the other day.
What they send you?
Some lubricant, some type of coochie juice or something they sent for me, and I was like, okay. But my lady said she ain't trying none of that, so.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't trust them hoes.
Me neither. I think they be trying to jinx me or something.
I tell you, I'm so damn particular. I be like, who made this? Who cooked this? I don't even like eating folks cooking and shit, because you can put your intentions in food, and your intention might be to make somebody sick or something. I have to be mindful of stuff like that.
Candelo mentioned something about cutting the end of a $2 bill. Can you provide some additional? Yeah, sure. All right. $2 bills. Okay, $2 bills have been worked since their inception. Shit, did you ever heard somebody call somebody a $2 hoe? Huh? Huh? And even my man, I can't remember his name. There's Bobby Womack, I think it was, sung a song called "My Last $2." All right.
That was Johnny Taylor.
Johnny Taylor sang "My Last."
That $2. Was Lenny with the last $2 was Lenny Williams. These last $2, well, not Lenny Williams.
Well, no, but Johnny Taylor does have a rendition.
Johnny Taylor was the last. Okay, my bad. That was what's the name in the corner crying.
Okay.
Is that Candace Brown?
That's me. Hello.
Sit down.
Well, anyway.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
$2. Oh, well, $2 have been worked in magic forever. That's why sometimes when you go to if you go like to an antique store or something like that, there you'll see them and they got a little corner cut off. All right. If they got that little corner cut off, you know that somebody worked that dollar. All right. So what they did was you prayed over it, you put some money oil on it, and you cut the top right-hand part of it. All right. And you put it inside your wallet, or you put it inside or on top of your ancestral altar, pointing down so that all the riches can come down into your ancestors. Okay. It's very simple. It doesn't have all that stuff on it, but it's very magical and it really works. And now, if you were to go get yourself one, you need to go get a brand new one from the bank. All right, you can get them at the bank for the same thing that they're worth. All right, so don't go buy an antique one from somewhere, because 9 times out of 10 it's already been worked, especially if you see the corners cut off of them.
Somebody had mentioned, they were saying, what was the significance for cutting the 6 of diamonds?
Oh, no, that card just came like that. The 6 of diamonds, the 6 of diamonds are, it shows you the roads to prosperity. All right, it opens the roads to prosperity. It is the roads in definition. All right, the same way that the 6 of hearts would be to open up the roads to love and to the altar and to marriage. You understand?
Cool. Well, since you said the Candelo, let me give y'all cards, tarot card version to work with to work money. So y'all write this down real quickly. So, and it's not in any particular order. It's just, Candelo, thank you, because you made me think of it.
No problem, baby.
You said that. So the 10 of Pentacles, because it's like the Herald's card, and it's like the accumulation of wealth over a period of time. I'm not showing my breast talking about the tarot, so I'm sorry for that. So you just have to understand the knowledge. I'm gonna check out the tarot. Also,
I sent you the link.
You did. I am motivated. I'm gonna check out. I might throw a couple of dollars because I do support.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
We got some people in our group. They got fans only pay. I done subscribe to everybody. I'm gonna support everybody. If it is quality that you are representing, quality is first. I will, but if it's not substantial, I'll let you know that too. Baby, I'll make another video. Leave it for somebody else. Your lighting is terrible. Put out some money for good lighting in a camera. But anyway.
And by all means, clean them damn rooms.
Yeah. Don't be doing shit in y'all bedroom like that, showing everybody that y'all ain't the cleanest motherfucker. You might not be palette princesses, but your shit ain't A1 either. Woo. All right, so the 6 of Wands is good, and because in the financial reading, the 6 of Wands signifies cash prizes. It signifies rewards as a result of something. The 9 of Pentacles is great. It suggests material abundance, so that's a good one to have, especially if you like luxurious lifestyles such as myself, and you want a lot of disposable income. What did I say? Disposable income. This needs to be in your mindset when you're creating work too, when you are writing your petition out. I want disposable income. See, disposable means extra, right? So y'all just think I just need enough. No, I want overly and abundantly so. All right. The next one is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles signifies new shit. It signifies new opportunity, new jobs, pay raises, financial gifts from these sugar daddies that y'all want, nice investment opportunities. That's a great card to use too. Another one is the Sun. This is a tarot that nobody even really thinks about as much as the Sun tarot card. The Sun tarot card is an exceptional, it's positive, it's radiant. It's about abundance. It's about healing your financial situations. It also gives positive income, positive outsourcing income. If you're wanting to gamble and you're wanting, because I'm a big gambler, I like the casino a lot. Me and Candelo.
Yes.
So the Sun is a card that I would carry in my purse, where I'm gonna keep my money at.
Or you can also carry the Ace of Diamonds is pretty good too.
Absolutely.
Because it's saying that you reap what you sow, and the small things that you have planted are growing and manifesting into bigger things.
Right. So this is great tarot tips too. So another one is the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is the king that's sitting holding the pentacle here. 1 is above his head and 2 underneath his feet. He's really good too on managing your finances, because a lot of y'all can give money, but you can't keep it. It go in one hand and out the other. So he's the 4 of Pentacles, because he's holding it. See, he's holding that pentacle. So he can teach you if you're needing help with, my problem ain't making the money. My problem is keeping it. That's a really good manifesting tarot. The next one is the Wheel of Fortune, because it promises good luck. And I also suggest, like, when you, especially after you've had like a windfall, you've lost a job, you know, some things have kind of slowed down. That's a great card to have. The Seven of Pentacles. This is good for like investing. If you, yes, you mentioned giving bingo to, yeah, whatever if your big mama like to gamble, she like to go bingo, she like them, you know, give her some of them casino chips, give her, you know, you can spare $10, give it to her. That's probably all she wanted anyway, to go play real quick, go play her numbers and stuff real quick.
And I know there's a casino in heaven, baby.
You already know they is. That's right.
Listen, it ain't nothing like sitting with Candelo. One night, me and Candelo, we went, and my husband, we was at the casino. It took us damn near 4 o'clock in the morning to leave, because I kept saying, I'm gonna go to this one more machine. And then it started hitting. Here come Candelo. Now he to sit down. Now we both hitting. And here come my husband. Now he hitting. And okay, now that machine and finished giving out money. Now I'm fist ahead to the door. We did that till like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was wonderful. And
I came out that motherfucker with a couple of thousand.
Yeah, and then Moise, no offense, this motherfucker sitting at the machine with his legs crossed, smoking I don't know if he was smoking a cigarette, had a goddamn cup in his hand, he was drunk as fuck. I don't even know if he knew what the fuck he was hitting, but everybody around him was just staring at him. I walk up on him because I was losing money out the ass. I'm like, damn, this ain't like me, but okay. And he just I was like, this motherfucker needs to get up from this next to him. So I started saying, channeling those thoughts, he needs to get the fuck up. And he got the fuck up. So then I sit next to him and I want all my money back. So I was like, that's what I'm talking about. So if I don't never go to the casino with nobody else, with them too, I'm telling you,
we are going to Las Vegas for my birthday. Okay. Yeah. Zen?
What?
You coming?
Huh?
You coming to Las Vegas?
Maybe.
Come on, man, on the 30th.
September.
Well, the weekend of.
I could probably do that.
Let's do it.
Maybe. I gotta look. I could probably do that, yeah.
That's like me. I gotta be looking at my damn calendar. Man, shit, we're gonna have a blast. I know people in Vegas too, so.
Yeah, me too.
Wow. We going to the, you know when we go to places.
When I show up though, because I don't want nobody to come.
No, baby, but we go, you know.
Literally.
It's like when we go to New Orleans, you know, we don't go to we don't go to what do you call that shit? The Spanish, whatever they call it.
Stay away. I be trying to get away.
We don't go to the French Quarter. We go to all them little spots that Zen take us to.
That Candelo and Moise, they're used to being famous and they're used to people knowing who they are. This is still fairly new for me.
Girl, we've had people run up on us, man. I be pulling out my knife. I be like, what the fuck?
Somebody about to die now.
I be ready to go.
Y'all tell me, but if any of y'all see me out on the street, don't run at me. Say, hey, Candelo, you know, how you doing first? Don't run up on me because I'm nervous.
Yeah, you can't roll up on me like that.
Okay, so let me finish the tarot. So the Nine of Cups is good too, because it reminds you that you can have anything you want. The 9 cups, they're all filled, right? You get the premise of that. So this card is very much about the law of attraction too. So if you're really wanting to learn about the law of attraction and the energy that you put out into the world and it gets sent back and stuff like that, the 9 of Cups is good. The Page of Pentacles is good too, because the Page of Pentacles is really good if you start a new business. If you, in what he represents, he's a new man. You know, he's a young man. It's a new opportunity. Almost like Peter. You know, Peter, the key holder. He's really great for new businesses and stuff like that. It's the same concept in access with the Page of Pentacles. So I thought I would kind of give you guys that little tidbit for those who work in tarot and stuff like that. And if they're needing, you know, the little extra. Also, for young ladies, keep some blue flag. Look up blue flag. Blue flag is really good to keep in your purse. Deer tongue. Deer tongue is exceptional when it comes to getting a loan. You know, everybody trying to get all these SBA loans.
I ain't fucking with that.
Everybody trying to get all these SBA loans. If you're wanting to do that, then I would get some deer tongue. Deer tongue is really good for that. It's also good blue flag, BLUEFLAG. That's really good to keep in your purse or your cash box. Like if you have loans and shit like that, or if you got a store and you put a little blue flag in your cash register or underneath your cash register, it'll help, you know, create money coming in. Buckeye is real good. Buckeye nut is real good too. They sell them in Moise's store.
It's good. It's good for gambling.
Yes.
Yep.
And also nutmeg.
Yeah.
Nutmeg. If you take a nutmeg and you put some quicksilver inside of it, some mercury, and cover it over, it's the best gambling charm you can have.
And one thing that you guys forget too, tobacco.
Oh, see, you done brought up something. Now we're gonna show them.
Okay. Look how we just keying off each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give y'all a work, so pay attention. So what you need to do is you get a pot, a little pot. This is called the tichaudier. These I get from Haiti whenever I go. One of the things that I love to use for money is the spice called thyme, THYME. And so you take some thyme and you put it into this, and it doesn't have to be anything that's heat resistant. Okay, it's gonna need to be heat resistant. And then you go and you get you some tobacco water. Love tobacco water, it's wonderful. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a little bit of tobacco water and you're gonna put it in there and like slish it all around. Then you're just gonna take that tobacco water and that thyme that's in here and you're gonna light it up on fire. Just like that.
You working us?
You already know, yeah. You're gonna light it up on fire and you're gonna let it burn. Once it get finished burning, what's gonna happen is it's gonna be like almost like a paste. So you're gonna let it cool down, and then you're gonna get yourself. You can get yourself a candle. You can get a green or a gold candle. Why do I say gold? Because green may be the color of money in this country, but gold is the color of money everywhere.
Wow.
All right? Dry time is fine.
He just dropped a bomb in here.
Yeah.
So then what you're going to do, once that's all done, is you're going to, a green or a gold candle, pillar candles is good. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your name and you're going to carve your name into that candle going straight down 7 times. Straight down 7 times. Okay? Do not use a blade to carve your name into a candle.
Amen.
Why? Why do we not use a blade? Don't use a blade. Don't use no scissors. Why? Because it cuts away work. So you're defeating yourself before you even get started. So use like, you know, a pin, a nail, a screw, whatever.
I use the barbecue stings, the little sticks for the
barbecue.
Yeah,
me too. I use those. I use, hell yeah.
I use the barbecue sticks, you know, the ones, the wooden sticks. Yep. That's what I use to put petitions on candles and all that.
Once you've carved your name into that candle, you're going to make, you know, whatever prayer you want to make over it. And then you're going to take what you've just burned with the tobacco water and the thyme, and you're going to rub it into that candle. Rub it into that candle. All right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to burn that candle for 1 hour every single day. And every time you light that candle, you're going to make your declarations over that candle. Money is coming to me. Money is drawn to me. I'm a money magnet, whatever it is. You're going to do that every single day until that candle is finished. Now, when that candle is done, there's going to be a little bit of wax left over. So whatever plate or whatever you got that candle on, you're going to take that and you're going to put it in the freezer for about an hour or so. It's going to freeze the wax, and the wax is going to pop right off of the plate. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that wax and you're going to take a little field trip, and you're going to go to the bank. Now, you can do this in the daytime or the nighttime. It depends on you. But what you're going to do is you're going to take that wax and you're going to go and you're going to bury it somewhere in the bank. Why? Because the spirit of place of that bank is what? It is money. And so this working is going to continue to do work for you. It's going to continue to draw that money in there for you. So you've already done all of these steps, and now what's going to happen, what you've done is you've opened up that road, you've opened up that door for money to begin to flow. Now you're going to look for those opportunities that open themselves up. You're going to look for that money that begins to flow into you, you see. Does that make sense to y'all? Y'all got any question? All right.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I have one question.
Okay.
Okay. You said to take it to a bank, and you some using to bury it. Some banks, the way that they are built, there is no dirt, you know, around like the front door or the side. Does it make a difference how close you are to the door?
As long as it is on the property, because the spirit of place of that bank is money.
Okay.
So it can be like in the bushes, like in the front that they got or whatever.
Okay.
You know, that's fine. But you get in and you get out. Because, you know, sometimes with this work, we got to be like a ninja.
Okay.
We got to, like, you know, get in and get out, you see. And so.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have a simple work to share for those who, for those like they want to do stuff in their home, because I believe, like Papa said, spirit of place. My mother used to take Hajjan, and the reason I know that Candelo says it's a masculine unless you're dual. My mother, I grew up in a polyamorous family, so my mother had a wife and a husband too, right? So my mother had a very masculine energy about her. So I ain't really use Queen Elizabeth root. I use Hajjan, right? So what she would do is she would read Psalm 34, and she actually recorded herself. This is what you guys can do too. You can record yourself and play it while you're doing your work. So it's constantly going on while you're doing your work. And she used to do that. And what she would do is she would read, because what Psalm 34 is keeping prosperity coming in. Remember how we said about being consistent and to keep doing stuff like that so that you can keep the money coming in. This is something that she would do. She was just Hajjan Conqueror. She would take a $2 bill, a white cloth, and some red thread. And all she would do is, as she was doing it, listening to herself read Psalm 34, she said, and the blessing continues. How Candelo said, you don't have to say a whole bunch. She literally would say over it, as the blessing continues. That's it. That's all she would say.
Absolutely.
And she would literally take the $2 bill in the root, and she would wrap it in secure red thread, and she would put it because the root of your home, the center of your home, more likely is the most powerful part of your home too. Did y'all know that? And do y'all know the center of your home is your kitchen?
Yep.
So she would take that and she would put it under the sink in the kitchen or your bathroom, any place out of sight. But more than likely it's your kitchen. That's the center point of your home. Because where do everybody go? To the kitchen. So that's your most magical spot. Where do those conjure workers work?
The kitchen.
In the kitchen. That's why they said now the kitchen witching, baby, it been like that. All conjurers work at their motherfucking kitchen table and fuck up your whole goddamn life, then get up and go make Big Daddy his dinner.
And probably boil that rice right up under her dress.
Goddamn right.
Everybody's scared of that damn spaghetti.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, son, that boiled rice up under that dress. Get all that sweat in there.
You already know. And that's a really, really good point. Because let me tell you, like when I was a kid, do you know what the altar was? The kitchen table. That was the altar. That's where the work was done. That's where everything was done. And then it was dispersed where it needed to go. But that's where everything gets done. Yeah. But the other thing about the kitchen.
Your home is the most powerful room.
Absolutely.
In your home.
Absolutely. And then the other side, think about what happens in the kitchen. What are you doing in the kitchen? You're creating.
He's talking about making sweet rice candy. He's talking about making some good old sweet rice.
Yeah.
Y'all not listening. That's what he's talking about, making sweet rice for your sweetheart. He gonna eat that rice for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner, and he gonna love you and love it too. That's what he's talking about, darling.
Yeah, because you see all these people talking about spaghettis and lasagna and all that. I'd be more scared of that rice.
You talk about that damn red sauce. Yeah, that's what.
That red sauce.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I used to do when I first met my husband. This is gonna sound real fucked up. I used to make him a penny soup.
I know you did too. Yes, indeed. Oh God.
When I first met him, I'm talking about when we first, he said, "You love chicken noodle soup and vegetable soup." I do, baby. I said it keeps the weight off, and it also keeps the other women from around. I don't have to make no spaghetti. I used to make a good old penny soup. I wear them pennies all day long. And I'll make a little soup, and I'll cook and stew it. See, y'all so used to this fast work. I done told y'all that fast shit don't work. And I would let it stew all day because I knew he was coming home that evening. He'd be gone. See, my husband used to be gone 3 and 4 days at a time because he's a truck driver. And so I wanted to keep him on his mind. I used to have him so bad to where all he could say was every time he went to sleep in his truck, all he could do was see me. And I said, "Oh, honey, that's so sweet. You are so kind to say that." I said, "You know what I'm gonna make?" He told me, "I already know you probably got some soup waiting on the stove." I don't care what else I made for that time that he was home. The first night he was always gonna get some penny soup or rice, of course, because I make a bad red rice.
That's why I do all the cooking at home.
Me
too. Now you know none of that now because I don't have to, but baby.
But I do all the cooking at home. I mean, y'all can see I do all the cooking.
Candelo, my husband do all the cooking too. That's why I think he did some shit to me. I do. I make a red rice, and for those who Haitian and Jamaican and Nigerian, y'all know it's a red rice that you can make, and I make it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's gonna be the sex magic class. We talking about.
Yeah. I got some hell of a workings.
Money though.
I got some. Well, but see, it all comes to play. See, because if you got a man, right, or a significant other, somebody you fucking with, right, and they're hard, and they're not getting you no money. All right, they ain't breaking you off like they supposed to. Well, it's working for that too. Okay, so what you do is you get yourself a rue plant. Okay, rue. All right, at Home Depot. All right, you take the rue plant out with the roots. Okay, you have intercourse with this person. All right, mind you. Okay. It cannot be that he nutted inside you. You have to, work it out so it's only that person's fluids. Okay? So, put it on my chest, daddy, or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Once you got that, you're gonna take.
Lord have mercy.
Well, I'm just saying, man. If I'm gonna teach y'all prosperity work, y'all gonna have to learn how to work that motherfucker you with so he can be a little bit loose. All right? Okay. So you're going to take the plant out, right? You're going to take whatever you got that secretion in, all right? Hopefully a piece of cotton or a piece of his underwear. All right? You take that.
Armpits. Anywhere where there's sweat in. Yeah. Because sometimes you got to take a shirt. Go ahead.
Right. So you take that and you put it in the bottom of the thing. Then on top of that, you're going to put some rock candy. You remember rock candy, right? Or sprinkles. You can put sprinkles, okay? And then you're gonna put a little bit of that plant that I told you, siempre viva, right? And you gonna tell him, Daddy, or whatever the fuck you call him. They call me Daddy. Anyway, you gonna tell him, Daddy? You gonna tell him, Daddy, could you let me hold $1? You get that dollar and then you put it inside the plant too, all right? You cover it up. Then you start watering it. And you're gonna call it your money plant. That's your money plant, all right? And then every once in a while, you're gonna tell him, Daddy, could you put a little bit of water inside my plant? And I forgot to put that money, I forgot to water the plant. Every once in a while, you tell him to do this. And you tell him, Daddy, every time I do this, I get money. Guess what he gonna do? He gonna start doing it by himself, all right? So once you get him down like that, that money will start flowing into you. He'll start giving you more money, all right? And since he's feeding the plant himself, he's feeding his own demise, or she, all right?
They shaking their head like, yes.
Yeah. All right, you got it, baby. Everybody quiet, but I see y'all motherfuckers writing though.
Sassafras is good too.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
If you're cooking him something or something like that, you can add sassafras as well as your own. You know, I'm not gonna talk about blood per se because I know y'all like that, but some of y'all are extra, and he ain't never supposed to taste the iron. And some of y'all call yourself doing shit, putting it in coffee and stuff like that. And he be like, damn, this shit tastes like coffee and iron because you done did too much. So don't do too much. Y'all will take what Candelo said, well, this didn't work. And I done put $100 worth of ones in. So just please, I know that y'all want to add your own stuff to it, but be mindful. Don't be crazy with it. Girl, he been nothing on my chest all week. Ain't nothing happened. Candelo didn't say that. So I be trying to help y'all out because some of y'all be going too far. I told you about the girl that took the nigga bullets out the gun and put him in a fucking the love jar and start shaking the motherfucker. He pistol whooped her ass outside her car. She did, and then she got mad at me. No, bitch, I didn't say take the gun and take the bullets out and put in a jar. And I told her how to work this jar, and she just shaking the shit up. Out of all the concerns that this nigga got in your house, you had to pull the gun out. And she was like, I want him to love me to death. And I was just shaking it.
Love him. Yeah, love you. Damn near loved her to death.
There you go.
And then she blocked me and shit. And talking about I told her to do the wrong. I didn't tell you to do that. So y'all please listen with discernment. Y'all know what discernment means. Listen with discernment, please.
All right.
I have a question.
Sure. And you guys can ask questions and stuff like that now. And then I'm sure all of us will share a couple of workings with you guys, and then we'll go from there.
I just wanted to know, along with the secretions from sex, you said you have to have a piece of like the shirt from under the arms too, or one or the other?
No. What we're saying is you can use a little piece of the shirt from up under his arms, a little piece of his underwear. It don't have to be nothing big. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, it don't have to be big. And if you get this, if you get like his semen, then you can just use a piece of cotton.
Okay.
All right. And if you really want something that really gonna work, you get yourself a piece of his sock because you want him to keep on coming back and doing this thing back to you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I got to remember the importance of socks, especially if you want that motherfucker coming back to you.
Thank you.
Remember, thank you, Candelo, for mentioning it. If he comes to your house, always point his shoes towards your bed. Mm-hmm. If you want him to leave, always point his shoes towards the door.
And there's always the police.
No shit. Somebody said you had a guy to leave the sock at your house on accident. He kept asking me for that sock. Did you give it back to him? Probably not.
No, good.
Sock on anyway. You must have sucked the life out of him, and I was just trying.
Oh.
One sock first.
How the fuck you need one sock?
Yeah.
Suck the life out of him. I can't stand y'all.
I'm trying to figure out something.
I have a question.
Sure.
Go ahead, Mama.
With the Rose of Jericho, now I know I put it by the door, but can I also put it like here at my work desk? Can I put one here or just use the one by the door?
Sure, you can have more than one, absolutely.
I've seen people that keep them by their ancestor altar.
Yep.
Thank you.
Right at the foot of the ancestor altar.
Yeah, I keep mine in my store. I keep one in my office. I keep one by my Santa Muerta altar. And then I'll keep one in the actual store area as well.
And be mindful of the stuff you put inside of it because it can grow mold. So you have to clean it out, you know.
And that's why you change the water once a week.
You gotta do it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
All right, who wants another working? Hey, everybody get their hands up. Goddamn.
Hold on.
Shit.
Yes.
All right. This is a double type of working, okay? One, because you're going to leave an offering to someone. And once I tell you what I'm going to do, most of you will know who it is that we're talking about, okay? All right. So what you need is a small gourd, okay? If you don't have a gourd, find you one, okay? Because gourds, I even keep a gourd on my ancestor altar. Because guess what? Some of my ancestors didn't know what a fuck a cup was. They drank out of gourds, okay? All right, they drank and they ate out of gourds. So anyway, you take yourself a gourd, okay? Inside that gourd, you're gonna put some parsley, okay? You're gonna take and put some pumpkin seeds, all right? You're gonna put a little bit of honey. And you're gonna put 5 sticks of cinnamon. Then you're gonna take a little bit of river water and put it inside there. All right? Now with this, you're gonna leave it on top of your altar for at least 4 days, okay? Then you're gonna take this whole offering to the side of a river, okay? You're gonna pour some of it inside the river. Then you're gonna come back home and the rest of it, you're gonna mix with water and you're gonna take a bath with it, okay? This is a very good prosperity thing. And if you don't know who you're working with, I'm gonna say now, you're gonna be working with the spirit of Oshun, okay?
I have another Oshun working.
Go ahead, baby. But believe you me, that the one I just gave you, do it. Because I did this and I'm man, it never stopped coming in. Go ahead, sister.
This one you can take a bowl and you can mix like a tablespoon of honey and like 1 teaspoon of sugar to give it like a thick paste form. And then you can take either a yellow or green or red candle because we're using to attract. And the reason why I say that it's Oshun and then I mention other colors because there's different aspects of Oshun.
Yes.
Everybody thinks that Oshun is just the honey and the yellow bees and butterflies. There's different aspects of her. So with this, you'll take the green, the yellow, or the red, and you will set it in the mixture, and you will smear the mixture all over the candle, not the wick. And then you will sprinkle it with a little cinnamon. And then just before lighting it, because you know, dealing with her, you have to taste things before you present them to her. Then you taste it too and say out loud, sweeten my pockets. That's it. Just sweeten my pockets. Light the candle, let it burn undisturbed, and then you could take it to a place of money. Doesn't necessarily have to be a bank, you know, but just a place of money.
A prosperous place.
Right. Like I like to do, like sometimes when I go to the casino, if I did a money working, I'll save it. And when I go to the casino, I throw it in they grass or I throw it on their property.
That's what and it's funny because, you know, like with my winning scratch offs, I usually take the scratching off, you know, that little dust, and I'll put that inside my money work too.
Yes, Candelo, we be
on the same page, baby. We gamblers, you know that. But off my winning scratch off tickets, I always take the little dust and I'll scratch the whole thing off and I'll keep that dust for money working.
See, you guys, think about what I said in the group earlier. The simplest things Who would have thought the scratching off a lottery ticket? But it's the simplest things because it's the energy. The energy is to hide that money. So that's what that scratching represents. Is that so? It's going to reveal it. It's going to think about it. Like the Spanish moss. Do you guys know that you can wrap your workings around with that Spanish moss and that Irish moss too, and that brings on prosperity in your workings. Another one is to always have money. He showed you a bay leaf, right? A bay leaf in a $2 bill, right? You get or whatever. You can make you a conquering hand. I don't really say mojo bags because that's so typical, but the handbags and the gree-gree, how do you pronounce it?
Chris.
Dude, now you said it like a white man too now. Come on now.
So you can take some king of the woods. This is not a herb that's normally talked about a lot, but the king of the woods. And why the king of the woods? Because it represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? And then you can combine it with some High John or Queen Elizabeth, some Solomon seal, and they have a root called coon root, C-O-O-N, coon root, okay? This is an old working that my mama used to do, and she would keep it in a bag, and it's a strong conjuring hand. When you are trying to put a hand on something and you're trying to control something, she would do that. So I'm really sharing with you guys some stuff that my mama, I used to see her do all the time. Well, that's why I wanted you guys to, to take this class and really take on the gems and stuff that Moise and that Candelo had.
How many of you actually play numbers? You play numbers? Okay. I'm gonna give you something that my grandmother used to do. And this was really what she did, okay? She had what they called a dream pillow, okay? A dream pillow consists of a brand new pillow, okay? And then you take that pillow and you put numbers on it, sequences of numbers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever type of numbers it is you choose to play. But at the end of it, I want you to have the whole pillow full of numbers, okay? So she used to do this, and then she would take 3 bay leaves, all right? And she would write the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost on it. All right? And then she would make a slit in the pillow and then put the bay leaves inside the pillow. All right? And I swear to God, all right, that this woman always was hidden. Okay? Because what she do is, and then she'll dream the numbers. Each and every one of you should also own a policy book. All right? Y'all don't know what a policy book is.
They have a John.
Can you say that again?
I feel.
A policy book.
The book of numbers.
The book of numbers.
Y'all ain't never
had a book of numbers. See, y'all ain't from. I can't believe y'all from the. Is any of y'all from the South?
Me.
No.
I didn't know that's the name for it. I thought,
I got number books. I got the number books.
Okay. So you need policy books. Why? Because policy books
as well
will tell you, a mouse, if you dream about a mouse, it's 23. If you dream about a shrimp, it's 30. Guess what? 50, police. All right? This is how all them numbers used to come along back in the days. If people say, hey, 50, you know what I'm saying? 50 in the policy book is the police. So if you dream about the police, you play 50. All right? If you dream about a old person, a person with glasses, 88. Okay? So, you gotta, man, shit. Y'all playing, y'all sleep for real, man. Okay? Everybody should own 2 or 3 policy books. And that's what they call them, policy books.
All right. So this is I also sell these in my store.
There you go, baby.
High John, the Conqueror policy book. And they look just like this. And they are full of numbers.
And they also tell you what numbers are good to play on what days.
Yes.
All right. What number plays good? Another good thing is, guys, some old almanacs also have
Yes,
almanacs also have numbers inside of them. The numbers and the days that you can play those numbers. Okay, and what number actually comes out of life.
Daily tips based off of your name,
Mm-hmm.
your astrology, the day, the month that it is. It also tells you, like, it has full of names. And based off of whatever your name is or related to it, those are the numbers that you should play. Everybody need a numbers book. There are several. I sell, I think, like at least 2 different kinds. I have another one.
There's Aunt Sally's.
I have that one.
There's Aunt Sally's. Auntie. They usually got names like Auntie this or Uncle this and stuff like that.
I have a couple of them. I have a couple of them at the store.
Sasha Hamilton raised her hand.
Nobody hardly even buy policy books. I'm so glad that we mention these because they don't even understand the wealth. But then I'm a gambler too.
Right.
Anything with numbers, I'm gonna be on top of it.
Right. You see, what happened was that most of these people, they would sell these books, and these were old workers that sold these books. Again, once they sold the books, that's why you see so many of them, okay? Or so different ones. It'd be the same people that used to do them, but once they sold those numbers weren't good for them, all right? But these people would sell these policy books for about, $2,000 or $3,000, $10,000 or whatever, and then they would have to go and find themselves another way of working.
Yeah, because I said I was gonna start doing policy.
Yeah.
Because I don't see nobody else doing them. And
Ain't nobody doing them. We should do it all together. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they have one of my favorite ones. It's called Grandpa's Lucky Number Dream Book. That is a very good, and it's old. It's an old one, and it is very, very, very good.
They got several of them, like Aunt Sally's. They got the Three Kings.
Yeah.
They got another one. I can't remember them right off the top, and I got like 6 of them here.
Yeah, this is the one I use a lot. I use the High John the Conqueror one a lot. So that was I'm glad that you it.
Somebody just wanted to ask a question. I think her name was Shanta or something. I can't.
It was me.
There you go, Sasha.
Yes, Duchess, can you show us the front of that book? Because I just purchased some books a couple of days ago from you, and I just wanted to make sure that's the one that I got.
It wasn't this. I guarantee you, nobody really buys this. This is High John the Conqueror. And
so is that one on your site for us to purchase?
I don't, because baby, I sell so much stuff. Unless you come in or you call and you ask for it in particular, I can't advertise everything. But if you ask for a policy book because I have the Aunt Sally's, I think is the one in the red and black or something like that.
Yeah.
I have that, and I have this one, and then I have another one. I can't think of the name of it. I guess I could put it in the group. I can put it in a group or whatever, or I can add it to my site. But that's just, unless you are really a gambler or you really like to play numbers and stuff like that, that's not something that people really ask for.
Okay.
If you really know that work. But I will do that, but y'all quick shit. Y'all don't be trying to get into no con shit. Y'all don't be.
No, I do. So I'll just call the store and get it.
Like y'all be on that. What I'll do is let me see what I can, and I'll post them.
Okay.
You guys can.
Okay.
So can we
and for everybody,
and get one?
Huh?
Can we come in and buy them today?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
There's something else I wanted to share with y'all, especially for y'all that live down south. Okay. Y'all know a plant called kudzu?
One of my most favorite plants on this planet.
Yes.
Okay. Love it.
Either that or any place in your yard where you have like evasive roots, okay? Roots that don't die, like marigolds and buttercups and things of that sort that's very hard for you to get rid of. All
like
right?
the ivories too.
Those vine type plants, okay? These plants are very good for money work also.
Absolutely.
All right? Why? Okay? Because you can't fucking kill them. All right? You can't kill them. So what I like to do is, I got kudzu right now in the backyard over there. I bury money there.
Yep.
Okay? It's ever flowing, ever growing. It won't fucking die. You understand? So you got to learn the plants around your house, especially these invasive plants. Okay? Because they're not only good for money, they're good for love work too. All right? And they're also good for when you do working, all right? And you don't want nobody to find out you work somebody, all right? Because, you know, you come to a good reader, they'll be able to say, well, this person is working on you. She looks like this, like that, or he looks like this, like this, like this. But if you use an ivy or an invasive plant and you put it over your work, all right, it keeps it hidden.
Yep.
Or vines. You know how I showed you guys in the group how I have vines all over the side of the house in the window where I do work in. I gotta show you that, Candelo. Trip me the fuck out when I saw all them damn vines, and that's the room I do all my work in. Another thing, since we talking about vines and plants, thank you, Candelo, for that. Get you a potted plant, but you gotta put it in a clay pot.
Man, my hand is itching so bad right now. I don't even.
Lord.
Okay.
Let me put this in my pocket, goddammit.
And fill it with good fertile soil, right? And you can plant a money plant like basil, moon root, or jade. These are all plants that you can get. You can also anoint the pot what they call like a sun oil. And then you can draw like the seal of the sun, and or you can like the Solomon seals. I'm really big on sigils and seals and stuff like that. And you can draw all over it. And as the money plant grows, so will your fortune and your good luck. And sometimes if you have nothing else, you know how like I tell y'all, if always the first of the year, I do like my witch's bottle of protection. And I always tell y'all to hide it in something that's living. It's the same thing that applies with the plant as well. So when he said that, it made me think of it. I love how we just go off each other, because I told him we didn't plan this, we didn't rehearse it, we didn't even talk. Normally I do, but we didn't talk about. I was just like, I'm just gonna write some stuff out and I'm just gonna let it do it.
And you know it's funny, man, because a lot of people, all right, you got in your backyard right now 2 or 3 plants that you could use in your working, but you just don't know what the fuck they are. All right. So y'all need to go outside in these yards, and when y'all out there taking y'all walks and stuff, and find out about these plants growing all the way around your houses.
It's a grass. What's that real thick grass? It's real pretty.
St. Augustine.
That is a really good plan to work for money. Did y'all know that?
And it's very good for El Igual.
Yes. Did y'all know
opening.
That St. Augustine is a really good, that's because it's so lushful.
And there's the what do you call those gallina, pata gallina, Zen, they look like little chicken's foots. It's a weed, all right?
Oh yeah, shit. The way that I know it, it's what they
you probably know it in Creole, like I know it in Spanish, huh?
Yeah, but like here, like they would call it like what was it, like hen and chick or something like that. They would call it that plant. I know what you're talking about, but the scientific name, I don't know what the hell that is, but I know what you're talking about.
Huh?
Crow's foot.
That's it right there, crow's foot.
Crow's foot. It's crow's foot.
Those are very good for money work. And it's also used for legua.
Yeah, because it's sprouts, they like this.
Yeah. It looks like little,
exactly.
Those very good for that too.
I know it in English. I didn't know it in Creole nor in Spanish.
Baby, you know how it is. I'm over 50. I forget my damn password to Facebook all the damn time.
Ain't that the damn truth? Shit.
I'm gonna get a lamp.
Carol Moore has a hand,
I'm
hand
sorry.
up.
Y'all go ahead with y'all questions.
Oh, no problem. Hey, Duchess. Is Datura good for prosperity work? I have a crap ton of Datura or Jimson weed growing in my yard.
It's a weed?
It's called Datura or moonflower.
If it's an invasive plant,
yes,
again, that's hard for you to what you call it. Yes, it's good for it.
All right.
Yes, whatever invasive plant, just like
it's kind of like that's kind of like that moonwort.
Okay.
MOONWORT. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
And like the Spanish moss and what's the other? Yeah, Spanish moss is also very good for that type of work.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of kudzu in West Virginia, but we do have a little bit. But I do have the datura growing right outside my porch.
It's good. You can use that right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that y'all can do, you know, that's very, very good. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a big supporter of baths. I love baths. Why? Because you can wash something into yourself or you can wash something out of yourself. And Duchess had brought up basil, which is a wonderful, wonderful plant for prosperity. So I'm going to give you a bath that you can take. And what you're going to do is you're going to get some basil. You're going to get some bayberry root. And then what you're also going to do is you're going to get this little perfume right here. It's called Pompeia. Pompeia. They'll call it Pompeia lotion, but it's actually a perfume. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take basil and you're going to take the bayberry and you're going to boil it into like a tea. You're going to draw a bath and you're going to pour it into the bathtub. And then you're going to take about a quarter of a bottle of Pompeii and you're going to sprinkle it into the bath water. When you get in the bathtub, you're going to wash yourself starting at your feet, moving all the way up to your face. Only washing up, only washing up. Why? Because you're washing money into yourself. You're bringing it into yourself. And here's something that, you know, some of you may not know is that Pompeia is actually a perfume that a Loa, her name is Ezulifreda, loves.
That's my girl.
And anybody who, anybody who knows Freda knows that, like, Freda is all about luxury. She's all about like being the best and having the best at everything. And so what you're doing is you're washing that into yourself. But when it comes to taking a bath, it's not just the bath itself, but it is you and what you're going to do with where your head is at in that bath. Before, we were talking about, you know, basically, oh Lord, yes indeed. That is Ezulifreda. Yep, Lord. Gold and you know, and rubies and diamonds and all that kind of stuff. Yes, indeed. Sure is. There she go.
I'm married to her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are.
They said, is it better for herbs to be dry or alive when making baths?
It is better for those herbs to be fresh, because what you're going to do is you're going to take them and you're going to start ripping the leaves up, and you're going to like wash it and put them through your hands like this when you're putting them in the water, and you're ripping them and you're constantly doing. And what you're doing, you know, while you're doing that is you're going to be making those petitions and those declarations of prosperity and money. And then once the bath is done, you're going to put it into the tub, wash from the feet up. When you're finished with the bath, do not towel dry. You need to drip dry because it needs to soak into you a little bit. And so now what you've essentially done is you've become a magnet or a drawing thing for money to come to you or luxurious things to come to you. So, and don't forget the Pompeia because it's important.
Somebody asked, when using money workings, is it best not to use ones? I don't use ones because my mother only used $2 bills. So they might have a better scientific way of telling you, but I just did what my mom did. And my mother either used a $2 bill or she used a $100 bill. I've never seen her use anything other than that. So maybe Moise and Candelo have a reason.
Well, shit, man. If you want to make ones, you work with ones. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make no damn ones.
No. Well, and I agree with to a point. And the one thing I will say when it comes to a $1 bill, if you look at it, if you look on the back of a $1 bill, there's a pyramid back there with an eye. Okay? And there is a work that you can do with that. So that eye is always looking to bring money to you. It's always looking for opportunities to make money. Hold on a minute. I might got one. Hold on.
See, I don't. I use in my workings the $100, like $100 bill, like for my rich bitch oil and all of that stuff. I use $100. I use real $100 bills, and then for any other type of hoodoo working for gambling or whatever, I use $2.
And then
thought about $1, to be honest with you, because it just ain't enough for me.
No, it's not. But the one important thing with the $1 bill is that if you look like, oh, where'd my camera go? Oh, there it go. You see, like with the pyramid there, and there's when you fold it, if you fold it in half like this, and then you fold it over again on each side like that, and then you're gonna fold it down just a little bit to where the only thing that's showing is that pyramid. So what you have now is you have an eye that's always looking for opportunities for money to come in. And so with these, what I typically do with these is I take these and I put some sugar and I put thyme inside of it and bind it in red. And you carry it with you, so that there's never so that any money that ever leaves your wallet is always going to come back, but it's going to come back more because there's always looking for opportunity.
I would also
to grow.
I would also add a little bit of rosemary. Okay. Why rosemary? Because rosemary retains, helps you keep. All right, because ain't no sense in you getting a whole bunch of money and tomorrow you be broke. All right. So it's good to put a little bit of rosemary inside of your wallets, inside your workings and stuff like that there, especially if it's for money. And
allspice berries are good too.
This
allspice
right here,
is wonderful.
Yeah, it is. So this is shredded money. It's real money. It's from the U.S. Mint. All right. You can get a bag like this for about $20 or $30. So like that, you won't have to rip up your fucking money. Okay. And it's real money.
Well, you know, I like to rip up my own real money because everything that is bought is with that money, and it's spiritual money, and it's a spiritualness on it. So I like to use it for that.
I actually stole this. No, I'm just playing. Somebody gave it to me.
They don't use that cash out. They use Candelo, goddamn. So a few other for success for herbs and stuff. You know, I like to give y'all little tidbits. That alfalfa is good for that, and that alkanet root. I know I'm probably saying it wrong, but that's good too.
No, alkanet is good for that. And the other thing, like with alkanet can turn anything into the color of blood. Anything. And what's significant about that? What's significant about that blood? What is blood? Blood is what? Life. And so if we want to be having our best life and we want to be like living that life, then that blood is something that's very, very important. And alkanet, you can take just one little pinch of alkanet root and you can add it to anything and it will change anything to the color of blood.
And also patchouli.
Yeah, patchouli.
Patchouli is good to retain and to keep things and to control things. All right. So if you want to control your money, you want to control things, you use a little bit of patchouli. I can give you another little tip about patchouli. All right. Patchouli calms people the fuck down. All right. So if you and your significant other have had a little argument, all right, and you know, you went to bed mad or she went to bed mad, you take a little bit of patchouli, a little piece of it, and put it up under their pillow, okay? And the next day, they'll be calm as a whistle, no matter what the fuck you did. Believe you me, I've used a lot of patchouli.
They make patchouli into a soap too. That's another way. That's another way too that y'all can use it and go to bed. But truly so. It's good for love, for conquering, commanding.
We got 2 people with their hands up and a whole bunch of questions. So guys,
Go ahead, Ms. Michaela Pascal and Claude, you next.
Where you at?
Ms. Pascal, it's on you, baby. It's your time to shine.
I'm sorry, I was just talking to myself. I have a big acorn tree in my backyard, and I just wanted to know, is there anything like any money tricks I can do with the acorn tree?
You can put it on your altar. You can also take a little like what do you call it? Like shred it or
grater?
Grind it. Yeah, like grate it. You can mix it with some cinnamon and you can add it to your works. You can add it to your jar spells. You can, because y'all big on jars. Add it to that. Acorns are prosperity and they also good luck.
And some people consider them also ancestral, like the silkwood and silkwood and what's the other one? Silkwood, and there's one that throws out a whole bunch of little cotton. It's called the cotton tree. It's not a cotton tree. It's called something, I can't remember the damn name of it. But these are also ancestral trees, okay? So if you want, what you can do is actually hang ribbons from multicolored ribbons from the tree, okay? And turn it into an ancestral tree, all right? And whatever feedings you're gonna give, whatever water or libations you wanna give, you can give it right at that tree. It'll be energized as an ancestral tree, okay?
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Claude was next.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So San Luis, you had said something about binding.
Claude done put a lot of money, boy.
Oh yeah, I was following along.
All right.
What do you mean by binding it with red?
What's that?
You said to bind it with red. What do you mean by that? Like red string? Like I wasn't sure.
With what I use is I use red string, and whenever you're tying it together, what you're doing is you're tying it toward yourself, because the charm is going to be something that draws money to you. So you're going to be tying it toward yourself to bring that to you. And then what you would do is, if you carry a wallet, you would keep it inside of your wallet to always make sure that there's money flowing into your wallet.
Okay.
And the reason why, with that is because that pyramid and the eye that's on the pyramid is always looking around to, for those opportunities for money to draw that into you, Lord, look, I ain't seen one of those in 30 years.
One of what?
Hello, that damn lamp, that oil lamp that you got right there.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Well, you know what that is? You know what that is? That's a working lamp.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen one of those in 30 years.
Well, you know what I did was I put a whole bunch of herbs inside of it and oils. So, and I have it running 24 hours a day. So my work is running 24 hours a day.
Yes, indeed.
So instead of, just putting the regular stuff in there, I put all the money herbs. I put all the money herbs in there. All of my little juices and stuff is going in there. And as you see, it's running down.
Yes.
Constantly. You see that?
Exactly, because it's raining money.
It's raining money, baby.
That's right.
Sonia had a question. Sonia Peterson.
Yes, I have a question about something I haven't heard you guys mention, but I figured you would be the best people to answer it for me. But I have had like a cricket in my kitchen like for a number of days now, and I didn't know
kill it. Don't kill it.
See, that's what I wanted to know. Should I take it outside where I feel like maybe it's getting lonely?
I made a post about crickets and grasshoppers the other day.
Especially if it's a green one.
No, that means
I'm not gonna kill it.
That means don't ever do that.
They don't make sense.
let me tell you what they call those in Spanish. The green ones, they call them esperanzas, all right?
Okay.
Or in English, it's hope, all right? And those are good ancestral signs, okay? And they also bring prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you do, don't kill that damn thing.
Yeah.
So leave it where it is. I didn't know if I should take it outside and.
I mean, that's fine.
Leave him where he's at. Leave him where he's at.
Okay, because I don't want nobody to kill him. I'm like, I don't know if I should put him outside while he's alive, you know, so he can be with his people.
Do you want to know?
That's a damn good omen.
It is a good omen, and because do you want to know like what happens like whenever you hear the crickets making their sound? Yes. What are they doing? They're singing an ancestral song. Okay. That means that there is some work that you need to be doing with your ancestors right now, because there is some sort of a message that's coming through, and so this is where is a good time not only to begin to sit with them and feed them, but this is also a good time for there's some sort of a breakthrough that's coming for you, because they're singing the songs of the song has like basically gone forward. So now it's time for you to come up with your ancestors and make whatever that breakthrough is that needs to go down.
Because he's been singing a lot, like a lot.
I've been on you the last couple of days.
You have been on me. I didn't even want to look up because I'm like, I can't see, but I didn't even want to look up. But I know they have been sending me a couple of signs over the last couple of days, besides Mama being on me. Yeah.
And you need to do some cleansing. That bath that my papa just said, you need to do that. You need to do some work because I've been on you for the last couple of days.
You have.
Yeah, you need to get out your whatever and get into something else.
And if you really want to get rid of it, just put it in a little box and send it to me.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'll take it.
Last Saturday, I had one on my damn door and it didn't want to leave, and I took pictures of it and posted.
I saw it. The green one.
They were all outside, actually, like near the door.
Yeah, leave them alone. That is good luck. That means money is coming your way. That means something good, prosperity. They're just telling you, hey, we hear you. We see you.
There's a breakthrough coming now.
And just like Zen just said, man, you know, these are messages from your ancestors, man. I mean, you had better not kill one of those things in my mom's house.
Yeah, you get hurt.
Yeah, nah, you leave them alone. Again, they call them esperanzas in Spanish, which means hope. So if whatever you've been going through, whatever you've been going through, whatever you've been going through, there's a message. There's something coming through for you. Like Zen just said, there's a breakthrough. Okay, so that's a very good sign, maybe.
Okay.
Somebody else had a question. Galaxy S10.
I'm sorry. I have a question. You were talking about the plants in the yard. I have several trees. I have a scuppernong vine, a kumquat tree, and a pear tree. And
I haven't heard that name in forever. Kumquat.
Kumquat tree, yes, sir. And I have elephant ears. When the guy came and cut my grass, he cut my elephant ears. I was so upset, but they grew like the next day. They grow so quickly. What can I do with those? Either of those 4 or 5. They just.
Well, the elephant ear, baby. The elephant ear is very good plant. Okay, because what we do in Espiritismo and in we'll use that and we'll put. Like for whatever baths we're fixing, all right, we'll take a piece of charcoal and burn it and cover it up in the elephant ear and then put it inside the thing. Put it inside the bath. Okay, whatever bath we're going to use. And that's also very good to clear up negative energy. The other ones, I don't really know the workings for them, but I do know about the elephant ear.
Absolutely. And then the other thing, like with the elephant ear that you can do, like, you know, if your money is messed up, if your money is not going the right way, you can take and you can write a petition out, wrap it in money, put it in a brown paper bag, and bury it at the base of that elephant ear. Because what does the elephant ear do? It's going to protect that. It's going to protect that, but it's also, as Candelo said, going to make it right. It's going to get rid of the negative side of it, so that whatever that block is can stop continuing to, be in your way, you see.
There's also a very old working that they showed me. Okay?
Thank you.
That's very good to turn around situations. Okay. Now, all of you know that myself, or look at me putting the ass forward, Zen, Lady Duchess, and myself all practice a type of ATR. Okay. And these ATRs, there's sometimes animal sacrifice. Okay.
Oh, yes.
What I'm going to give you is a work to be able to turn any situation around. Okay, you got to go to a pet store, okay, and buy yourself a small turtle. Okay, this turtle you will take and go out into the woods with it. All right. First, guys, pay the woods before you go inside of them. A couple of pennies, a drink, a little bit of cigar, smoke, or whatever. Okay. And once you go inside the woods, you're gonna pass this turtle over yourself. All right? Just pass him over your body. Make sure that he actually touches your fucking body. Okay? Pass it all over your body. All right? Then you're gonna take and turn on a small little candle. Then you're gonna put the turtle on its back. All right? And you say, as this turtle turns around, so will my situation. You understand? So as this turtle turns back around, and believe you me, he will turn back around, okay? As he turns around, you will your situation will change, okay? And as he does that, all your problems should be reversed right there. You remember, I'm dropping y'all a gem because ain't nobody ever gonna tell you this work.
I have a question.
Who has a question? Miss Kim Sykes?
No, it's Emma, isn't it? It's Emma.
Emily?
Yes, go ahead, baby.
Does it have to be a store-bought turtle? It can't be a wild turtle.
Well, it could be a wild turtle, Mama, if you can
Because I have
find
a lot of wild turtles around me, and the back of my house is nothing but the woods for the land that I own.
There you go, Mama. Shit, I'm telling people to buy it because people don't. It ain't like I'm in Florida anymore where you see turtles crossing the street and shit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I have a question.
Go ahead, Miss Tasha.
I have pine trees in my backyard. What can I do with that? Am I working?
Pine needles are good for money.
Pine tree, okay.
Go ahead.
And pine is also good for cleansing too.
Mm-hmm.
I used to hide stuff.
Right up under all the bristles?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a question.
Sure.
How y'all doing? Good afternoon. Really quickly, I have a small, it's like a creek that runs through my property. Literally, it's like in my backyard and it's running water. So I know you said if we don't have access to pay maybe like a full river or something, can that be used, especially when working with Oshun?
Yeah. Okay. We have to understand that rivers have multitudes of spirits. That's why I told y'all at first, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because there's spirits that live on the bank of the river. There's spirits that live inside on the top of the river, and then there's spirits that live up under the river. Okay? So what I would tell you is to divine on it first. Okay? Divination is the key to all this fucking working.
And
all right?
Oshun don't, well, I don't want to say that. I don't.
Go ahead, say it, Mom.
I'm trying to learn how to manage how I convey a message.
Right.
How to convey that. Running creek water is always something that you're wanting to go away from you.
Right.
That's not something that I would personally use for her.
Right.
I just wouldn't. And that's any of her
things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's over 20 of them. So
yeah.
I wouldn't.
But ask. If you ask and spirit tells you yes, you do it.
Okay.
That's the way I feel about it. Huh?
Okay, come on.
Yes. And can we collect, we take a trip, like for example, when I go to Jamaica, can I collect water from an actual river there and then just bring it with me here so I don't have access to a proper river?
Of course, but you always gotta ask, Mama. You always got to ask, because like I said, there's a multitude of spirits and haints and all that kind of shit that live by rivers. All right. So you got to be careful, you know, because that river might belong to fucking, you know, some indigenous
Right.
spirit. You know what I'm saying?
You're not the only one that's working this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you never want to impose into anybody else's spirit of place. Yeah.
I mean, because not all crossroads belong to Eshu. You know what I mean?
Like for real.
Some belong to some other, you know, spirits.
Sure do.
A question.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Miss Shelby Brown.
Hello. I live by two banks, a Wells Fargo and a Frost Bank. Would it make sense for me to get dirt from both banks instead of just one or the other?
What's the other bank?
Frost.
I ain't never heard of that one. Get Wells Fargo, girl.
Yep. Go with the Wells Fargo.
I'm going with the one with real money. I don't even fuck with Bank of America.
Anybody else?
I have a question about the turtle. When he said once it turns over, does the turtle die when you put it in the flame, or are you setting the turtle free?
You setting it free, baby. You setting it free. That's all. You ain't killing him. You ain't killing him. You letting him turn around his life, and at the same time, he's turning around your life.
Yep.
I mean, there are animals they do meet their demise.
Yeah, but this one ain't gonna die.
Go ahead, Candace.
When y'all were talking about the rivers, I know like the river here in Nashville, they had found a Native American burial site right there. So how would you proceed with dealing with, like, I know part of the river that I could go by?
Well, you know what I do when I deal with Native American spirits, Mama? Okay. What I do is I switch it all around. I give them smoked corn and smoked fish. All right? Why smoked fish? Because that's the way they were able to keep it longer.
Yep.
You understand? They didn't have refrigerated fish or shit like that there. So they would smoke them or use salt fish. All right? Which is what they call it, cod. That lasts a whole lot longer. So those are the things that I would give to Native American spirits. Corn, tobacco, and smoked fish and smoked corn.
So, like, I would ask for their permission, like, because I don't, like, if I want to go by the river and get water, I know, like, you ask permission first. But since I know there's been a burial ground, would I even just go over that way or just find another place by the river?
Well, baby, the good thing about this is that half of those spirits have been forgotten, all right? So there's a burial ground there and ain't nobody really fucking with them, right? So guess what? Your offering will probably bring you 1 million more fucking blessings than anything else. Because again, you know, if you want a spirit to work for you, right? I mean, who's gonna work for you more? That one that hasn't gotten that, always giving them light, you know. So when you give them that light, when you give them that offering, they will be appreciative of you. Okay. But again, like I said, what you have to do is always ask, always divine before you do things.
And you never take something without giving something.
Exactly.
It's just like if you guys ever notice when you go to a graveyard or a cemetery and there are rocks and stuff that are put on top of the headstone and stuff like that, that means someone's been there, someone's working it. So if you wanted to find someone that nobody is really giving attention to, find one that doesn't have the markings or the little rocks or the little something that's on top of, you know what I'm saying? And you can build a relationship. It's real big like that in Louisiana.
Yeah, it's big downtown too.
So, because they normally put rocks and stuff, they put some type of something, and it's saying that this somebody's working it, so they're giving them attention. So, like Candelo said, absolutely. If you're going to a place that nobody's really giving time to, like there's literally a slave cemetery off of 75 and Lemon Avenue here in Dallas. and they wanted to knock it down, right, and build something over it because it's right over there by the American Airlines Center.
I've been there.
Yeah, I've been. I do work in that fucking grave.
I work that graveyard.
Me too. Look, Candelo. I see you, Candelo, but I asked because nobody really goes over there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really does anything over there. So especially ancestral work and owning the graveyard and taking possession of it and stuff like that, that's a great place. So absolutely, you know, some of those steps that nobody's taking, maybe you do and you get up.
And always, especially in old cemeteries, remember to feed the dog. Now, what do I mean by that? Because y'all don't know nothing about this, but old workers know that back in the day, you ever heard of hellhounds? Hellhounds? Where does that come from? That comes from because when they did a new cemetery back in the days, they would sacrifice a dog in the cemetery. And those were the watchers of everything that was going on inside the thing. So if nobody ever told you, bring something for the dog at the cemetery, especially if it's an old cemetery, okay? Yep. Because you don't want him following you back for taking something, because those are the graveyard keepers, especially for old black cemeteries and old things like that. Okay?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Miss Sherry.
Since we're talking about graveyards and all of that, I live in Westchester. So there's like this huge...
Westchester, what?
New York.
Oh, okay.
So there's like this huge graveyard in like Tarrytown, and I write. So I wanted to go, but I haven't gone because I wanted the proper way to do this. Edgar Allan Poe is there. Washington Irving is buried there.
I want some of that dirt.
Do I build a relationship with them first before going to take some of their dirt and asking them to, work with me? Because that's a goal of mine.
First.
I'm sorry?
I would go and pay homage to them first. Honor who they are, where they at first before you start taking stuff. I would work it just like I work an altar. I would work it just like you work in like an answer or something. I would do it like that.
Absolutely. And think about it like this. Okay, when you go into the graveyard, like you go into a graveyard like that, where are you going? You're going into somebody's house. That's where you're going, right? So do you go to somebody's house empty-handed? No. No. And so when you go to somebody's house
empty-handed. Okay, I'm back.
So you go, when you go in, you sit and you have a conversation. You bring an offering or whatever, so you're not going to walk into somebody's house that you barely know or whatever, and then be like, oh, can I get this candle? And I'm gonna like go and open up the refrigerator and get some juice or some tea out of the refrigerator. You ain't gonna see what I did there? But you're not gonna do all of that. You go in to establish you're starting to build something with them. And then what happens is once those spirits begin to know you, now it's going to be like, all right, here, come and, take this and use this. And, yeah, you can have that. It's like, going to your next door neighbor's house that know you, come on, can I borrow a cup of sugar? Or whatever it is. But with any spirits, whether, they're, what deities or whether it's the dead, it's all about building that relationship, because it's the relationship that carries the work. It's the relationship that's going to bring those things out. It's not just about going in and be like, oh, I'm just going to go and take this. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have you're going to have a dead spirit that's all pissed off because you done took their shit. You done took some piece of that condo out, and they'll be like, what the hell? So you have to begin to build that relationship. And once you do, then what happens is they'll do all kinds of work for you. You're giving them, you're giving them offerings, you're giving them, whatever, and they begin to do these works for you. And then now you have this relationship that's established to where okay, so I need to do this kind of work and do this kind of work or this kind of work, whatever it is. And all of a sudden, things begin to shift and they begin to change. Do they shift and they change because of the dirt from that grave? Not necessarily. They shift and they change because of the relationship that you have with them. And now what you have done is you've taken essentially a piece of them with you to add or to do your work with, you see.
Okay.
So it's about building that relationship with them. And, I can tell you, there's some spirits here in New Orleans, that spirits of the dead that I work with that, and it took me years
to be able to read,
get that relationship. It took me years to establish that. Because some of them be like, what? They be all looking at you all kind of crazy and shit. And, sometimes you have to make sure that you put the time in for that, because remember, this spiritual work that we do is something that is continuous. It never, ever stops. It is always moving, always flowing, always shaking, doing whatever it is that needs to be done. Because what is our obligation as a worker? Our obligation as a worker is to do what? To work. Not just for ourselves, but some of us have duties and responsibilities to other people too. And so therefore, we have to bring that into the whole equation of this work that we're doing, because sometimes I'm not doing work just for me, but I'm doing work for you or for this one or for that one or whatever. So it's keeping in mind that work is a continuous flowing thing. But that continuous flowing thing is based off of what? Relationship with those spirits.
It took me a while to get old Bonnie and Clyde right.
Well,
them two motherfuckers crazy.
Julie,
yes,
indeed. Question, Julie, is that Julie?
Thank you.
Yes, it's me. I have a question. When it comes to divining and finding out yes or no answers, do you have one? I know people can use card shells, cards. I'm pretty sure you got to develop your own way to figure that out. But do you have some pointers on that, if that makes any sense?
A regular card deck, okay? With the reds and the blacks. Okay, shuffle your cards, pull out a card. If it comes out red, it's yes, and black is no.
Or pendulums.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you can also make a pendulum out of the Queen Elizabeth root for divining and scrying.
Yes, indeed you can.
Yeah. T-Mac, you have a question?
I do. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've had success with working with Bone and Clonic, the demons. But I don't know if this is the platform for this, but I'm asking anyway. What type of offering can I make to Lucifer? Because I want long money. So I don't know if anyone knows the answer to that or not.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay. So when it comes to working with demons, be careful what you feed them. So if you're wanting long money or you wanting money with them, most times Lucifer and any type of demonic entity like that, they want blood.
Okay.
Never give your blood.
To give a demon.
Yeah. And then remember, what you feed them is what they become. So if you are feeding them that for something longevity, they can also take some of your life away too.
Oh, okay.
If you stop giving it, and even when dealing with demonic entities, and I'm just gonna say this out, I don't suggest that for the people that's just started, because any type of imps or demonic entities or any type of any demonic working and stuff like that, it's different from necessary AT, because it's not constructed. It's not constructed for such means. So it's too different. Even calling them to you, even them owning, because you have to let them in, right? And if you don't know how to let them in, because you let them in to serve you, right? And so if you're not treating them fairly, they become a trickster spirit, and then they work against you. So be careful when you're working with, entities and stuff like that. Okay.
Only thing I have to say in the ATRs, there's no such thing.
Right.
Okay? We don't believe in them. Okay. I don't believe in the devil. Plain and simple.
For me too. I don't believe that.
I don't believe in that. I believe that there are spirits that put on these masks of these things. Okay. They put on masks and they put on these appearances of these things. But as for say a devil or an angel, I really don't believe in them. But if you put enough faith into anything, it can manifest.
And see, unlike Candelo, I teach occult, period. So I don't just teach an African traditional religion. I teach all of it. You know, demonology. I believe it all has its course, but there's a way that you work all of it. This is not the platform for that because
well,
but what I will tell you is that I can tell that you do use demons because your spirit is real jaded. And I'm not trying to be funny or put her out there. I've said that to you before.
Right.
That's the reason why you can't heal and move on from stuff too, because you tapping into that vein.
Now there is such a thing as astral spirits. Okay. These astral spirits consist of imps, trolls, fairies, sphinx, and all that kind of shit. All right. Now, what we do in the ATRs is we do separate altars for them, but those altars remain outside. Okay. They cannot come inside your house. All right. Because these spirits are very volatile.
They are.
Absolutely.
So what you do is if you're going to serve those types of spirits, again, I call them astro spirits. Okay. You have to serve them outside. Don't let them inside your home.
You said something, Candelo. In ATRs, we don't serve anybody. We work with. When you are dealing with those darker energies like that, you are now become possession of them. They are not in possession of you. You are now like their, you know how like we have a cat and we have a dog, and so the dog, they belong to us. The cat, they belong to us. You become a dog and a cat to them. And if you're not careful, anything they give you, they will continue to just snatch you back. Nothing will be substantial. Like I said, this ain't really the platform for this, but I teach my apprentices just so they know, but I would not recommend, because I don't think that you understand the depths of hell within yourself that they really feed upon.
And if I can say just one thing with this, is that when it comes to this, and in the ATRs, when it comes to this, there are two ways. There's two ways of service, depending on the spirit. Number one, the most important one, is relationship. But there are some spirits who don't want relationship. The only thing that they work by is contracts. And so guess what? The contract, they'll fulfill their end, but then what is your end of the bargain?
Because more than likely, it's never what you think.
Exactly.
Yeah. So be real careful with it.
So if I were you, Miss T-Mac, I would honestly, first and foremost, work with my ancestors.
But she don't want to do it. She don't want to do that, Candelo. Don't waste your
work with your girl, because you got some good Congo spirits that travel with you.
Candelo, don't waste your words. Don't waste your time. She don't want to hear that. She want to hear about Lucifer and all the rest of them. You're going to have she running around her motherfucking house and everything else. I've had this conversation with her before. The fact that she even brought it up now, kind of.
and Mama, you know what? And you got to be careful, because these spirits, you notice I call them spirits and not demons, a lot of times bring on depression, okay? And suicidal tendencies.
And non-healthy form in anything. Nothing healthy.
So you got to be very careful with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I see people like working with Anima Sola, right? Which are the spirits of purgatory, all right? They'll work fast for you, but when they come to cash in, that's why you see, man, you remember Zen back in the days, how much of the paleros that you knew that only did bad work are still alive right now.
Oh, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah.
I'm gonna say this, Sim Moise, you know, we talked about this. What did we talk about that my mother practiced?
Was that?
I said, what did we talk about that my mother practiced? She never practiced good stuff. Everything she did was fucked up and good.
Oh yeah.
That's
All
the
the yeah,
only
with
thing
all the stuff that she would do. Absolutely.
And it's
My mother
definitely
died.
it's not karma. It's not karma. It's
No.
that these spirits come back and they want their
She
shit.
died with cancer that had metastasized all over her body. She died with 2 broke arms, a broke leg, and a broken neck.
God damn.
I don't have no reason to lie. That's how my mother passed away. Cancer ate her whole entire body. Literally, the doctor asked a year before she died, how in the hell are you still walking around here? With a broken arm, a broken neck. She went to get a tooth pulled and it broke her neck. She was still walking around like that. All my mother did, and my mother did, she was voodoo all the fucking way. And she was evil as fuck. I don't be playing with certain shit, and I think I do some work, but certain shit I just won't tap into because I saw it firsthand what it did to my mother. She had cancer from 1994 to 2004. I don't have a reason to lie to y'all. No chemo, no radiation, nothing helped. She still did work for people. Still. She had it in her bones. It went to her breast. She had lung cancer. It ate her up. That's where I come from.
That's why I had to go Crown Ocha.
So my suggestion when people come and they want, you know, Moise, we talked very in depth about this.
Yep.
What part of voodoo she practiced that's not even practiced. I just don't play like that because I know. I used to dream and see my mother, she would take her face off and she was a monster. I would see her in my sleep.
And remember what we talked about that is that like from what you was telling me, I'm like, she was one of those societe people. Like she was either Sampuel, Bizango, or Macaya. One of the 3.
And she would go to Haiti for months at a time, and she'd come back poor as hell. And I ain't talking about just in money. I'm talking about in weight. It's certain stuff I just don't fuck around with. Not because I'm scared, because I ain't scared of shit. However, when you make contracts like that, you wanting to work with those type of energies, baby, they want your life for the smallest of things. The smallest. Yep. So anyway, anywho.
One more question.
Julie has a question, and then we're cutting it short. I'm sorry. I told them 3 o'clock we going over. We're not going any longer than that. Go ahead, Julie.
Is there any workings that you can use with dice?
Absolutely.
No, I mean, it just came to me, something said dice, so I was asking about dice. I have a fresh pack at home, just like I got a fresh pack of cards. So I guess it was a reason for that.
There's divining with dice.
Okay.
There's divining with dice, okay? Also, if you are a person that likes to gamble like myself, the just judge, okay? Justo juez, all right? Justo juez shows the Christ on the cross with the skull and bones and the dice that they played, so they could be able to get something off of him or whatever the fuck it was. They played dice. So that's also a working with the just judge, which is again el justo juez in Spanish, the justified Christ. But that's a whole different thing. But I'm pretty sure if you look for it enough, you'll find it.
Thank you.
This I think could become a series of classes. But the thing is one of the things that I will tell all of you, and I hope that you remember is that when it comes to this work, when it comes to, and we're talking about money work today, but this is applicable to any kind of work, you got to make sure that your head is in the right place, that your mind is in the right place, and that you are never going to allow anything or any person to stop you from what you're supposed to be doing, to stop you from receiving the blessings that you're supposed to receive. When it gets down to like the nitty-gritty of all of this, this is about taking and doing the work with our spirits so that we can change a condition, whatever that condition may be, to change a condition so that we're not living in that condition anymore. And this is about turning your money around. Okay, this is about turning your money into something that flows to you as opposed to only flows away from you. It's about bringing that into the place that it needs to be, so there is what? Consistency with the money flowing in. Does money flow out? Absolutely it does. But we have to make sure that those gates stay open for that money to continue to flow into us.
Yeah, everybody that's on here, I will send you my little cheat sheet that I did. I'll email it to everybody. And then you said about dice. Dice are sometimes used as yes or no to answers and stuff too. And normally if the number is even that you throw, it's a yes, and if the number is odd, it's like a no. That's pretty much what I would. That's like, I guess, because somebody else asked like a yes.
And it's funny because let me show y'all something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, where are you?
Most of these.
I hope everybody doing good today. I'm honored to be in this class. Thank you so much for doing this.
Well, you're very welcome. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you got a lot.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna do it again in a
All
minute.
right.
Look at it.
A lot of jewels were dropped.
Look at this.
We can't see it. Candelo, put it close.
That's a candle which I've actually worked with the 6 on top of the dice. This is on my money altar with double 6s. Iron dice.
Yes, indeed.
So I appreciate you guys. This has been a great class. As always, I hope you guys have learned a lot. If you have any other questions, you feel free to not email me. Maybe at another point, we will literally have a, maybe in another class, we'll have, I knew another master's class, maybe if I could get them down here at one time, like we did before, maybe we could do something like that with everybody traveling and stuff like that. Maybe I will, maybe for Halloween, I don't know. Cause I know that they have a lot of stuff that's still going on, but maybe I can get them to do something like that. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the time that you guys took today. I'm very grateful for my godfather, Moise. I'm very grateful for my brother Candelo. They literally keep me grounded, and I appreciate everything that they offer to the occult and to this community, and I hope you guys do as well. I honor them with every sense of being in me, and I don't take it lightly that they fuck with me too like that, because they fuck with me the long way. And in this day and age and in this community, that's almost unheard of. So I'm very grateful for them. I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm going to uplink this because it takes a minute because it's a long video. but I'm going to send it to everybody, and I'll